Hello, I'm Toycat, and did you know it 'tis the season, according to my t-shirt at least. That's right, it's the season of January, and you know what that means? That means we're going into the end to destroy, well, actually to destroy some end. And you might say, wait a minute, Toycat, none of what you just said made sense. Well, today, what we're doing is we're going to be spending a long time, 111 minutes to be precise, destroying my end island. Not because a lot of people are like, wait a minute, Toycat, what about the glass project? The glass project is still happening, but the problem is, I don't want to encase these separate islands in glass, because this is a old remnant of a 360 part of the world, so I figured, let's not do that. Let's not, case these things in glass. Let's instead just destroy them in their entirety, or at the very least, destroy enough of them to separate them from the mainland. So, yeah, that's what I've been mostly doing. You've seen it in background gameplay, you've seen it in a few other places, and yeah, so that island over there, going to be destroyed. This island here, going to be destroyed. That one there, you can work it out. And I think, actually, there's one on the other side, too. I could be wrong, but there's there's little fragments on all sides. Like, in this case, it's literally 3 blocks we have to destroy, so... Should we start with this one, actually? Let's see if we can. It's going to be a tricky one, but let's destroy those 3 rogue blocks out there, and then we can move on from there. So yeah, it's going to be some fun. We could also probably place some glass if we want to, but again, today's stream is mostly not about the glass placement. It's about everything else. So I guess did I look at an enderman there? I guess I did, because he wants to kill me quite badly. Well, let's knock him over the edge. Clearly the only solution to this problem. Oh, he's going to run around me and kill me if I don't. There we go, he's gone. So, yeah, we're going to place some wood out there. It's kind of dangerous in the end, actually, like, without hearing enabled, so let's put my thing. So, hello, everyone, by the way. Hope you're having a great Tuesday, Sunday. I don't know why Tuesday just seems to be my default go-to day for, like, what day it is of the day, what day it is of the month. The week, that's the one. I can't say words today, but you know, it's going to be a great live stream regardless, because how often do you need to say words in a live stream anyway, right? Like, that is not a common task you have to do at all. So yeah, this one should be easy. We destroy one, we destroy another, then, oh, this isn't easy at all. I have to mine the block and then pray I activate my elite shard just right. So let's do that. Come on, oh gosh, okay. That's good. I'm alive. Good to see your pals here. And then we have to destroy that up there. Easiest way to do that is to jump off a little ledge and then fly up. Easy as that. So yeah, eventually this will all be covered in glass, but for now we have to just start destroying things. So at first we have to start with the easy ones, stuff like the 3 blocks here, and then we're going to move on to the slowly harder ones, kind of going around like that. So we're just going to lose some of this wood. That's fine to me, like whatever. Sometimes you lose some wood in the course of duty, and then we're going to go to this next one, and so on and so forth. So, why did Premiere last longer than it's supposed to? I never actually premiere videos on YouTube. A lot of people, like, when Premieres first started, they were garbage, and everyone hated them too. No one understood them, and everyone hated them. Also, hello, good to see everyone, including some mods, including Just Clark, including at Bitcoin Shake09. We got a lot of people here today. See, I think this island right here is a bad starting point, but I guess that's as good a start point as any. I'm still broke. Sorry, me, says Caution Letters. Thank you for the 199 super chat, Caution Letters. I'm sorry that you're broke. I'm sorry to have contributed 199 more to that, but thank you very much for supporting the stream with a little stream tip there. So, yeah, I'm actually not sure how, I'm not sure in the slightest how long it's going to take me to do this, because it doesn't look like it's much endstone, but you can imagine trying to destroy all of this is going to be a whole thing. Will you cover the bottom of the island glass too? If so, how do you plan on doing that, says Casey. Yeah, so the bottom of the island is one of the big questions. It's like the, I was going to reference a historical event that would make sense. I was going to say something I shouldn't have, but it's like the big, insert big question of history here. But no, it is a big question, and I think we're going to answer that once we've done the sides, because honestly, the bottom doesn't need to be covered in glass. If it uses up the last, okay, and I've lost my, this is a terrible headphone system. I should just buy better headphones. Like, clearly, that's what we've got to do, because I've got the wrong headphone in now, and now we've got to switch out to the other one, which is the wrong right headphone, and it's just a whole problem. So anyway, you should set up a beacon, says Geoman. I actually do have a beacon set up. I should just probably move it. Yeah, actually, why don't we do that? You know, why do things inefficiently when you can do things fast? So, we're going to go do that. Also, love your literary streams. Keep it up, says Atticus Bacon. Yeah, a lot of people love the opportunity to do, like, podcasts and chill with Toycat. I can tell you about my Five Guys experience today. Get this, I went to Five Guys, and I asked for a milkshake, and when I said what I wanted to drink, the guy didn't insist that I wanted something else to drink, and it was wonderful. It was a revolution in the fast food burger game that happened because of this. So yeah, what we're going to do now is we're going to mine out this beacon. as well as the other stuff with it. Oh, do we have blocks to put in? Yeah, we have iron. It's all good. So we're going to put that on the island we're working on at any given time. And then that's how that will go. So it's sad to remove it from here, but again, we need to move this beacon around, so we can totally do that. So Cat, you're not mining again, so thank you. 5 guys are so expensive, says my Papaya 7. Yeah, in the UK in particular, it's pretty expensive, but the mistake everyone makes, the mistake we're all making here, is everyone's like, oh yeah, well I'm going to order a cheeseburger, you know, like that's what you order everywhere else. It's like, no, you don't order a cheeseburger, you order the little one, or just a little hamburger. You can order like really cheaply at 5 guys and still get a lot of food. You just got to know what you're doing there, you know. So we're going to grab the efficiency silk touch pickaxe because it's just a little bit faster. Hi, don't know what to say. Love your channel, says Very Bad Gamer. I'm sorry to hear that you're very bad at gaming, Mr. Very Bad Gamer, but thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Appreciate it a lot. Was it the same guy? It'd be funny if it was a guy, the same guy who works at Burger King also works at 5 guys. But it was, fortunately for me, not the same person. What a wonderful, I'd say coincidence, but it's definitely not a coincidence. What a wonderful fact of life that is. I don't even know. So yeah, by the way, in case you're curious, so many Endermen are spawning on these islands now because they're the only places in the entire end they can spawn. It's kind of fun in that way. So we'll place the beacon at the edge, actually a bit too far there, I reckon. We'll place the beacons near the edge so that they work in different places too. To me, that just seems smart. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but maybe I'm right too. And then we're going to put it on haste, which really... Oh, my controller literally just died that very minute. Did I do something? Is it broken? Oh no, the batteries internally came out. But, I think my controller batteries literally just died on the spot. Which could have been an awful moment. Like, I can't even quit the game. Autosave's on it. You know what? This is great. Thank you very much for the 199 super chat. Why is the lowest amount 79p? If I had to assume, Mr. Caution Lettuce, assuming you can hear me right now, if I had to assume, it's because it's 99 cents in the US, and they didn't want it to be unfair because roughly 79p is equivalent to $1. Although there's VAT, so I don't know how that works. It's kind of weird actually that you pay VAT on, you know, taxes, fun conversation. By the way, big thank you, Mermaid Toy Cat. Mermaid Toy Cat says Electropolar. So yeah, I guess I should use this as a good opportunity to mention. I think what I'll do instead of Q&A Saturday this week, because if you don't know, I'm leaving tomorrow. What I might do instead of recording a Q&A Saturday for next Saturday, because you know it would be Q&A from the last 2 days, is do like a rounding up all the memes, meme review if you want to call it that. Also, there we go. Now we've got haste, we got a faster pickaxe. This will just be nicer. But like check out all the Toy Cat memes that we made over the years. So if you want me to see a Toy Cat meme like that mermaid Toy Cat thing, then you can see it over at or you can post it over at reddit.com/r/IVXToyCat, and we can work with that. Everyone make sure to use Streamlabs, not the YouTube donation systems, just shout out Articuno. Honestly, it's one of those things where it's like, you know, apparently a lot of people just love using the YouTube super chat system. I have no issue with that really. It's like, you know, if that's how people do it, that's how people do it. Like, trying to tell people how to do things. By the way, big thank you, Hayden Drummond, for the £2 super chat. But, like, because Honey Bunny did the iron. I love that there's a couple, like, communicating through super chats to my channel. It's the cutest thing, you know? If that's, like, hashtag couple goals, am I right? Meme clap review. Meme clap review. Exactly. Exactly, chat. Exactly, chat. You get it. You understand what's going on there. But, hashtag ToyCat is yes squad. But yeah, so basically if you want to send in a super chat, I recommend via the link in the description, because then YouTube doesn't take a cut. But like, you know, I think, I've said this before, but on the internet, trying to tell people to do things generally is unsuccessful, you know. You gotta give people their own reasons to do so, and I don't have a compelling reason to convince people to use Streamlabs instead. In the same way that, like, you know, if you want to super chat a whole bunch, I'd like that. But, you know, it's way better? Like a sponsorship, because it's, you know, regular, blah, blah, blah. But, like, like I said before, like, I could tell people at the end of a video, go check out my Instagram, go do this, go do that. But I had more fun not doing it. Also, big thank you for the 199 super chat. What's your favorite, $2 super chat. What's your favorite place to eat food out of house? So, what's my favorite place to eat food that is not my own personal house? So this is a, you know, like obviously a question I'm pretty familiar with. I don't really cook many meals. I'd say I cook about 5 meals a week and then eat maybe like 6 breakfasts a week in my house. So, you know, that's like going out, what is that, like 10 times a week or something? You know, usually for like some form of fast food. But like, you know, basically given that those are that's the information, where's the best place to eat that's not my house? And honestly, my go-to of like, if you don't know someone, if you don't know their taste, their preferences, McDonald's is always a sure bet. Like, no one hates McDonald's. Oh, actually, some people hate McDonald's, but they hate it on like a class level. No one actually hates the food at McDonald's. Like, McDonald's food, it's solidly at least average to everyone, I find. Like, that's my experience. Are you gonna open a public realm again soon? Says Sean Pina. Yeah, I have a plan for another one. The realm is always open, and people assume that that means that I'm always like caring about it. That's not the case. It's just a weird thing. Also, can you say attentional MC gamers sub to Z-Man G, MG? I can say that, and I did say that. Thank you very much for the 199 super chat. Do appreciate it. You know, if you do $10, then the text-to-speech will announce it for you. That's a really fun thing you can do right there. I don't like their nuggets, but I like their other stuff. Exactly right. Everyone hates something at McDonald's, and everyone likes something at McDonald's. And in case you're like, oh no, I hate it all, you know, like, okay, so there's the, you know, you can just get a regular burger, like a cheeseburger, or you can get like a Big Mac, which is kind of like a next level burger, or they're always doing some form of like promotion, like, do you want to get the best McDonald's burger they're doing right now? They did pizza burgers for a while in the UK. Yeah, that's a fun concept. They do the Big Tasty, I think it's called right now. It's a weird thing. They do the Signature Collection where they make it look fancy. There's so many different options. And then if you don't like burgers, let's say, then they also do chicken, which is amazing. The Chicken Selects, they're called. They're just amazing. And, you know, everyone likes the fries. A lot of people like, you know, there's lots of things. And that's why I'd say my go-to is McDonald's. But my favorite place, it's not actually McDonald's. McDonald's is just a really interesting place on so many levels to me. Like, just everything about the company fascinates me. But as far as the best place, I would say, ooh, that's actually quite a hard one. I think I'm going to have to give it to Yo Sushi in the UK. Because Yo Sushi, like, you can always, okay, if you don't know, Yo Sushi, or a lot of sushi places in Japan do this, and Yo Sushi in the UK does this too, where it's a conveyor belt. So instead of having to ask someone for sushi, it's just always there in front of you. Imagine a menu where instead of looking at pieces of paper, where they took ideal pictures of what it looks like, the menu is rotating in front of your eyes. That is the dream that is Yo Sushi. And it's not just sushi, although sushi is wonderful. I could eat sushi all day like that. But they also have a bunch of other, like, Japanese dishes. So, I don't even know what it's called, but they have, like, this beef mince with, like, some spicy sauce or something on there. It's a yellow dish at Yo Sushi. It's wonderful. Yo Sushi's expensive but amazing. Exactly, yeah. No, the thing is you gotta balance your Yo Sushi. Like, don't go there hungry or you'll spend a bunch. Go in for like 3-4 plates, you'll spend a reasonable amount, and you'll feel pretty good about the whole thing afterwards. So, yeah, I really, it's called a Lazy Susan toy cat. Is a conveyor belt really called a Lazy Susan? That doesn't seem like a real name. But, yeah, basically, Alex Sushi, too bad there's fish in it. There's a lot of vegetable sushi. One of my favorite sushi pieces is just cucumber inside the roll. It's so basic, but it's good. It's wonderful. So yeah, I love sushi. A lot of people just immediately write off sushi because it's raw fish and raw fish is bad. But like, you know, you eat raw vegetables and raw apples and raw... Like, raw is not a bad thing. I know, like, fish, you might think you gotta cook that, but it's not. Do you think there should be more things? F.A. Beacon. Oh, for a beacon. I think they'd run out of characters. Also, thanks for the 79 piece Toxic Blades. But Brennan Bagby, to answer your question, yeah, I think 5 things for a beacon. I think nowadays we could have more, because these 5 are all kind of weird. Like, most people just go with speed or haste. I think it'd be cool to have something more unique in there. Like, maybe, I can't think of it off the top of my head, actually, but, like, you could do something like night vision. A night vision beacon would be really fun. You could do something like a luck beacon. Like, luck beacons, that'd be an interesting concept. I like a lot of ideas. Lazy Susan's like a turntable. But, I dry fish in the cupboard. But yeah, a lot of people really just hate, the concept of dry sushi. Sorry, dry, uncooked, you know, meat or uncooked fish. But it's like, I mean, most things in the universe are uncooked. You know your computer you're using right now? That's uncooked. And admittedly, you don't put your computer in your body, I hope. I mean, please stop if that's what you do. But you see the point of like, oh yeah, well, I mean, you know, uncooked is not a synonym for bad. That's not how that one works at all. So, iron nuggets are good for repairing, I think. I think you can only use iron... Oh yeah, we're talking about nuggets. I was like, no, it's ingots. You can only use ingots for repairing, I believe. I could be wrong. So what we do the instant you get from this project, that's actually something I'd like to hear right now. Because honestly, I'm destroying this not because I need a lot of endstone. I'm destroying this to get rid of my end. So if you have a fun idea for how I should use it, then let me know in the chat, and I'll tell you why your idea sucks. But yeah, basically, sushi, like, a lot of people mistake it as being just raw fish. One, raw fish is great. Two, you don't have to just have raw fish. Also, thank you, VMB Snipes. See, look, he used the Streamlabs link, so thank you so much for that. And he donates £1 and says, I wonder how many memes are going to be made from the Toy Cat Mermaid pic. I've seen so many already, right? Like, the Toy Cat Mermaid thing was, like, a lot of meme people's gift before Christmas, it seems. Thank you very much for the $2 super chat. Sorry. $2 super chat. Toy Cat, how's your day going? My day's going pretty well. Thank you very much for asking. I've, honestly, I woke up at, like, midday. I'm trying to shift my sleep schedule because I'm going to America in a couple of days. So, like, I'm waking up as late as I humanly can, and then trying to stay awake all the way through the day, and then going to sleep late. So, I don't think it was a good idea. I just accidentally started doing it, and then I'm like, you know, let's break it on purpose some more. So, yeah, that's what I've been doing recently. And so I woke up at midday, was like, oh yeah, I had arranged to meet a friend at Five Guys in Leicester. So I went to Leicester. It was a journey, and got the Five Guys. Had a bacon Oreo milkshake, was wonderful. A lot of different things to like about it. And then now I'm back here at my office, as you can see, with a blue thing in my ear, which, you know, I don't hate this whole thing. You're coming to America, says just a Hillary. Yeah, I'm going to California for a week. I think it's less than a week. I'm not even sure. Honestly, I'm so, like, cautious about, like, missing... I never really, like, 100% know what's going on because too many things are booked at once. But yeah, I'm going to California. It's going to be fun. A lot of people hate California, so I'm sorry about that. But that's a thing. So why are you mining so much end stones? Is Rahis Jalil. I'm mostly mining it to... Also, would you consider doing... We'll work out why we're mining it. But would you consider doing a series on the 2B2T server? So again, I answer this one a lot because I know a lot of survival players watch my videos, also like the 2B2T thing. But my experience with the 2B2T community has mostly that they don't like YouTubers, so I've been cautious about that. I was in a really dark place in my life a couple of weeks ago, and I started watching you after 2 years. Thank you for helping me, since I'm going to Hulk Smash. I think I got that right. Thank you so much for the £1.57 donation. I really am glad that things like this can help. One of the things, I'll admit this, but one of the things that really helped me through one of the worst times in my, like, I don't know, teenage years, I had, like, long story short, I had a very long overnight, I think panic attack might be a word for it, but I'm not sure what the exact description would have been. But basically, I had a really, really rough time, and YouTube kind of helped me through it. So I tried to make the chill videos.
Here's some of my Christmas money. You deserve it. Hope this pays for your Five Guys.
Thank you so much, Banana Boy Banana. The super Banana Boy Banana. Okay, but thanks so much. Here's some of my Christmas money. You deserve it. Hope this pays for your Five Guys. So, thank you so much. I do appreciate that. And honestly, Five Guys, you know, you better believe, that's not going to pay for Five Guys. That's going to pay for, I think, like, In-N-Out, I guess it would be in America. But yeah, no, I'm excited for the burger adventures I'm going to be going on soon. Because, you know, America is Burger Town. It's wonderful. But no, yeah, I thank you so much. I do appreciate it. And the bacon milkshake, a lot of people are confused about that. Yeah, at Five Guys, they have an option where it's like, buy a milkshake, you can have any flavors you like. And a part of me is, you know, like, can you just pick the same flavor 15 times? I don't know for sure. But yeah, basically, you can also add bacon in there for free. And bacon does not taste good. Like, let me just clarify right now. You can do it, but there's no real reason to. What it just ends up with is, like, every now and then, oh, please invade 2B2T. We need a good incursion. So the reason I don't invade it is because even though I know a lot of people like the whole incursion system or whatever, and it would be good for my channel to be an incursion, I think a lot of people would take it really seriously and be like, oh, Toy Cat is literally invading the server. I think some people literally think that way, and I don't want to step on people's toes. Like, if people don't want me in a community, I try not to overstep my bounds in it. You know, that's me being old-fashioned, I guess. But it really is my kind of take on this. So, hey Toy Cat, do you have a current romping going on? No, I don't. I just have like a... I put don't stop running on there. Also, if you add one block to Minecraft, what would it be? I would really like to see... Maybe I'm the crazy one. But I'd like to see something like the beacon, a really late game thing. Also, would you ever do a Let's Play on Sims 4? By the way, you're really hot. Thank you very much. I'm going to Hulk Smash for the £2.36 you know, donation. I'm not sure if that's like a you're really hot, because it's you know, the temperature outside's kind of high, and I can see you getting flushed. Don't know if that's a you're hot, you know. I am a male who is into males, and that's all good for you. Don't know if that's a you're hot, and I'm a, you know, like 17-year-old, oh wait, 19-year-old from insert country where you believe attractive people come from here, And, you know, there's lots of ways to take that one. But I'm going to take it as the last one. Like, wow, attractive lady from insert country here likes me. I like you too. But, yeah, thank you very much for the super chat that came afterwards. I'm going to load it up right now because I did miss it. But it was from... Oh, no, I didn't miss it. Did I? I don't believe so. Okay, so we got this. But yeah, what I do, Let's Play Sims 4. A lot of people have been asking me to play Sims 4 recently. I think I should, I think I'd like to do, like, a few one-off videos on games like that, especially as they come out. But that's a thing. But yeah, no, one of the things that I don't know how to deal with, because I never deal with it in real life. Like, I don't, you know, I'm not actually an attractive dude, especially not to dudes, as far as I can tell. But on the internet every now and then, somewhat like some dudes, like, I have a crush on you. And it's like, I don't know, you know, like, I've never had to deal with this situation before. You know, like, this is not a thing that is compatible with me. Is it okay to just, you know, like, ignore that, leave that? What's the deal? I don't even know. I have a crisis about it, so instead I just go whatever. Would you have considered playing the Ark official servers? Ark Survival Evolved is one of those games I just didn't like. I played, and I just didn't like it. It's like Terraria, where I got into it, I enjoyed it for a bit, and then I was kind of done. That's kind of how it's been with that. And maybe it'd be fun to go back and give it a whirl. But the truth is like, a lot of people, like, try to deliberately switch games all the time. But I don't think that necessarily is great for them. Also, good to see you, K Sunshine, Galaxy Bills, Jalen Fined, and, what we got also? We got a lot of, like, weird messages, so I'm just gonna, Chloe Booth says we all have a crush on Toycat. Leaving now, but Toycat is yes. I am the most yes. I love your channel play Roblox too, but you see the point, right? Distorting your end, love your stream, cheers me up, says Luke Vakers. See, I'm really glad whenever that comes across to people, because I like, one of the things that I always try to do on YouTube, I feel like it gets lost in the sea of everything else, but I try to just be real. You know, the beauty in YouTube to me is trying to be a real person, as opposed to this fake entertainment nonsense that succeeds everywhere, but that's the thing. So, yeah, I'm not, by the way, I won't play Roblox, because again, it's just one of those games I don't have an interest in. Times 3 nuzzles pounces on you. Oh, you so warm. Okay, now this is getting... Now I know this is a joke at least, so that makes me feel better. Thank you for pouncing on me. Uwo feels so warm. That I haven't felt so uncomfortable in a while, so that's good at least. If nothing else. If nothing else. So yeah, it takes a long time to destroy the end stone, as it turns out. I wouldn't have assumed it'd be such a big task. But my boy, my god, this is a huge thing. Chloe Booth says, Toycat pronounced my name slightly wrong, I'm dying inside. There's no way it's anything but Chloe Booth. Sorry, usually I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm mispronouncing your name there. Like, if Jalen Fayard says, oh, I'm sorry about that, I'd be like, oh yeah, of course, I've never heard of Fayard. But I've heard the word Chloe before, I've heard the word Booth before. I know how that goes. Toycat, use the end stone to make a new Toycat bank. I think what I might do is cover up a desert with all the end stone. I definitely need to work out something like that. So we're going to take this weird bridge that I made back to the mainland. And we're going to make a little chest here. Oh, I'm sorry, Xyrus Game. I think I missed the super chat, maybe. Oh, he said, notice me, senpai, cringe. A part of me is secretly glad I didn't notice you. If I'm being brutally honest with you right there. So we're going to make ourselves a chest. Maybe some double chests. Right up here. And then, oh, we can't make chests because we don't have wood. So we'll make, like, 2 chests. Yeah, make a nice double chest. Everyone loves a good double chest. And then we'll place some torches here, because otherwise stuff will spawn. And then let's put all the end stone in here. Again, we'll move it around later. Like, we'll pick a place for this. But for now, thank you very much for the $2 super chat. And also for the $4.99 super chat, which came in from BJF, who says, haven't played Minecraft in a while, but it's cool to see the community is thriving. Yeah, a lot of people always assume, especially... It's funny when it's like, insert YouTuber here is quit, therefore the whole game is dead. But yeah, the interesting thing about Minecraft is how it's always evolving and changing, etc. One of the things, a lot of people have always been like, I want it to be exactly how it was before. I've loved seeing the improvements, the etc. Also pronounced Lungel, says Toby Wonkenobi. Literally can't do it. We got Toycat, we're going for exactly 111 minutes. That's the goal, Sophie Porvels. Also, Dabcat. I agree, J Davis, bro. That's a solid point you've made right there. But, yeah, no, the interesting thing is that I like YouTube being, like, a real platform. So I try my best to, like, add to it being that. To not get involved in, like, you know, absurd, all the other things that go on. And, it's like the, you know, I don't know who this quote's from. It's probably Gandhi or something. It's like, be the change you'd like to see in the world. Be the change you want to see on YouTube. Or in any part of your day-to-day life. Can Endermen spawn on glass? If not, where are you going to make... Are you going to make a platform where 100 spawn? Yeah, I actually am. That's my big plan. By placing glass on the end, I accidentally killed 2 birds with 1 stone. Because that means that now Endermen can only spawn not on the main island. Which means that wherever I place an end farm, it'll be way more efficient. So that's actually going to be super useful later. It's going to be nice. It's going to be nice. You said my last name wrong, but it's okay. So Sophie Porvels. Porvels? Porvels. 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 So it's okay. You've got Endstone. Thank you very much for the heads up. Dabcat was stolen from the European Union's Discord. I disagree seriously with that one. I created it all by myself. Are you going to come back and see more of New Zealand, says James Hainsworth? Yeah, I 100% am in my life. No, so this year, I really want to make an Australia trip. Like, as soon as I see a cheap deal for a fun airline, like maybe a Fun Diddy or something, I'm going to buy tickets to Australia. That's something I would really like to do. It's one of those things where it's like, okay, gotta find the right time, find the right etc. for everything for that. Why was your end distorted in the first place, says Jordan Bauer. Did I say distorted somewhere? Because everyone's been saying the word distorted. But no, my end isn't really distorted. It got broken a little bit because when I this is a 360N that transferred to an Xbox One N that transferred to Bedrock. A lot of things get lost in the transition. A lot of things get expanded and replaced, and there's just a whole bunch of issues basically. So my plan is to just make a big void and a big gap here. So when will 1.9 Bedrock be out? What's your guess? Says George Casarico. I made a video on this, but basically mid-February. Thank you very much for the 199 super chat, though. George Casaro. What's your opinion on the economic climate of Europe? Says we have Ebola. Hey, that's a very Ebola-like comment right there. No, I feel like Europe's always on like the downswing, right? Like, I don't know. In the game of global significance, Europe was very overinflated at one point, and now it feels like even though we grow and it's good in Europe, in the grand scheme of the world, it's going down in relevance. Kind of like how the US feels right now has been Europe for the past like 80 years or something. It's kind of sad in some ways, honestly. It's around 10 p.m. GMT. If you subtract 9 for God's 900k followers, you get 1, so the universe justifies this live stream. Damn straight. You know, I'm hoping during this live stream, actually, we might get 955,000, right? That'd be a nice little thing to have. I lost the Enderman, by the way. That's not a good sign. Usually don't want to lose them. Jalen Fayard says, "Click finally said my last name right." You see that? Nailed it. I want you to come to Ohio. Did you know Ohio is the Japanese way of saying hi? Oh, it's not hi, it's something. They say it's like thank you maybe. It's like Ohio, which I just found to be absolutely adorable. Hey man, can I have some cakes? Says Karis. You know what? What are some of these comments? Sometimes I'm reading chat and I'm like, you know, I really wish I was not reading out this chat right here. I don't know what this chat thinks it is, but it is wrong about whatever it does think. But after 1.9, would it be 2.0? Says Night Owl Spirit. Here's the thing: we don't know for sure that it won't. We just know with 99% certainty that it won't be. So it's not even worth considering, in my opinion. But yeah, so I went to Five Guys today. And a lot of people get shocked with the bacon milkshake thing. Just to clarify that one real quick. Bacon in a milkshake is a really bad idea. Like, it just isn't a good flavor. But it is, like, a cool idea that you can do it that way, right? At least in my opinion. Ohio is adorable, confirmed by Toycat. Why did you add robots to the Discord? You see, again, I'm reading out questions. Like, I don't even know why I'm, like, I have this thing sometimes where I'm like, oh, I should read more chat. And I read out literally every piece of chat I get, even the stuff that's like, you know, I want to focus on the people who are like, you know, going through more stuff in there. Ohio is for lovers. Oh, is it? Ah, go to Ohio if you want to be loved. That's the lesson I've learned from this one. But, do you want a strawberry milkshake, says Stella Blue? I mean, clearly that's the only thing I could want from this situation. That's what I wish the Five Guys guy had asked me that. But no, so I had this really interesting experience earlier. So the trains that you take to get to the Midlands, a city like Leicester, for instance, are these super old trains. Like, they're so old that, okay, now, can I talk trains just for a few minutes? Because I don't find most trains interesting, but I find weird, like, the past stuck in the future interesting. or the past, look in the present. So we have these trains where when you use the bathroom, it literally just goes onto the track. For a long point, I don't know who thought this was a good idea, or like maybe we just didn't have better plumbing. But they're toilets where you literally can't use them in the station because the track, you know, you'll just be pooping on the tracks or whatever. And they're trains with doors that don't open automatically. You have to open the window and like do it that way. But yet they're some of the fastest trains in the UK and like faster than the trains in your country, for instance, I assume, whatever your country is. And yeah, fun facts of Toycat is just like, you know, I don't know, like, isn't it weird when the past is so much better than the present? I'm always can't believe you went to Leicester and I didn't see you. I mean, if you're in Leicester today, you might have seen me. I was wearing this "'Tis the Season" t-shirt. Yeah, no, I sometimes think, like, you know, the future is always better than the past in our brains, but is the present better than the past? And usually the answer is, like, easily yes. But I sometimes worry, like, are we getting to a point where that's not always true? Like, again, these you know, like, there are a lot of new trains being built, a lot of new ways to get around that are slower than these trains where you literally do it on the train. Oh, we got a fun one from this. So George Carrasco says $1.99 super chat, $2 more. Now butcher / say my last name again. It's George Carrasco, right? That's gotta be it. Is pooping on the tracks really much better than the present? Yeah, but no, my point is we have this technology that's so far in the past that we still poop on the tracks, but it's faster than the present. Because honestly, it's like on a plane, right? I really like traveling in, you know, whatever premium cabin. Like, you know, it'd be cool if I could travel first class all the time. That would be one of the things I would like to spend money on if I was a millionaire. However, I will admit that no matter what class you know, no matter how you travel on a plane, you get there at the same speed. The number one service any airline can provide is getting you there faster, right? When it comes to transportation, faster is the most important metric. However, at the same time, you know, so therefore we have better trains that are also objectively awful. You know, you get the point of that one, right? Like, how is that the case? You know, I don't know how old these are, like 70s maybe. By the way, big thank you, Hi-Bye, for the £5 super chat. I don't even play Minecraft, but I found your channel. It's really entertaining. And then a heart. Thank you. Also, where does your nickname IBX Toycat come from? Says Hi-Bye. So usually when people ask, where does IBX Toycat come from? I give them the boilerplate response of, I've told the story too many times. It's not even a very interesting story. But I feel like let's, just for you, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you the story of how IBX Toycat came about. So, I had a bunch of usernames on the internet before. I called myself Explosion at one point. You know, I'd like all the garbage names people come up with. Batman Zero. I don't know Batman. I didn't know Batman, but I call myself Batman anyway. But I came up with Toycat because I wanted a really short username that would be easy to type. And my brother was like, yeah, it has to be two easy words combined together. So I was like, oh, Toycat. I'll be Toycat. And then on a lot of sites, I was just called Toycat. But then one day, I go to open a RuneScape account, and my brother's like, oh yeah, so we're starting this new clan. It's called Imperial Battalion 10. So I, B, and then X for 10. You know, like Roman numerals. And this IBX Toycat was just for RuneScape. But then, when I started my YouTube channel, Toycat was taken by some South Korean cat or something. I don't even know, like, what this was all about. So because Toycat was taken, I signed up as IBX Toycat. And now, eternally, this IBX clan that means nothing to me, nothing to anyone else, is now, you know, like, that name that means absolutely nothing to me is now the thing everyone knows me as. I'm IBX Toycat, or if people can't spell, it's iBoxy Toycat or something. It's a whole problem. You should come up with a different story every time someone asks it. Yeah, I think if it wasn't a super chat, and it wasn't someone being super nice, I'd, be it. But yeah, if you want to know the story, it's Imperial Battalion 10, and then a really short name. I like Toycat because it's just so easy to type, so easy to spell, so easy to do anything with. So yeah, now you know the story behind my name. I wish it was more exciting. I wish it was like, so, in the forests of Africa, one day, I had a vision. It was from the Templar gods, or something, but it wasn't. By the way, someone asked earlier, have I been to Northern Ireland? I have been to Northern Ireland, actually. I have family. I used to have family. I have family from Northern Ireland that now live outside of Northern Ireland, but previously, they lived in, it was near enough Belfast. They lived in something called, like, I think it was, like, it's got a weird name, but it used to be the capital of Ireland, Northern Ireland, something like that. Oh, Carysfergus, that's what it's called. And my parents call you Toxie Cat. See, if your parents call me Toxic Cat, I can call you Leanne, even if that's not how you pronounce your name. I think that's only fair. But I really, really like the cat picture. Yeah, the cat picture, again, I loved how it all came together kind of accidentally. A South Korean cat took your YouTuber's name. Yeah, exactly. So back in 2009, we're talking, 10 years ago now. I'm going to have my 10-year anniversary on YouTube this year. That's going to be a weird one. But 10 years ago, there was just a random dude from South Korea, maybe a girl, maybe a cat, I don't even know. And they were called Toy Cat. They'd never uploaded a video. They hadn't been active since 2006. But at the time, there was no way to delete inactive accounts. So they just had the name Toy Cat. But now if you go to youtube.com/toycat, it's me. It's this guy. I don't tell my parents about the YouTubers I watch, says Justice Hillary. Yeah, I find there's a big difference between a lot of people and their YouTube habits. Like, some people, like, you know, their parents know everything they do. Some people don't. It's kind of interesting, actually. Toy Cat is not easy to type because my phone keeps telling me you're Toy Car. The number of people who say, hey, Toy Car, hey, Tomcat, and it's like, my God, use your autocorrect. You said my last name right. Thank you very much for the 199 super chat, George Cresco. Gotta go enjoy mining. You better believe I'll enjoy this mining. You better believe this will be the best thing. But yeah, so I've been to Northern a few times. I even did like I checked out all the like really troubled areas, in Belfast at least. Again, I find Northern Ireland to be one of those like fascinating like asterisks in the world. Like the world is okay. This is gonna sound like an absurd statement, but the world is filled with asterisks. Like, you know how you can say like the United States is a country which is in North America, but it's not really in North America. It's in North America asterisk minus Guam and a few other territories and military bases and so on and so forth. And it's like, oh yeah, because, you know, you gotta go there. In the same way, it's like, I never told my parents about any YouTuber I watched till I asked for a Toy Cat shirt. That must have been a confusing conversation. So, you want a t-shirt of a cat? No, it's just like a pretend internet cat. Like, so he pretends to be a cat on the internet. Well, he doesn't really pretend, you know, like, his name is Toy Cat. And it's like, so, you know, his real name is Toy Cat. No, his real name is, you know, Mr. Andrew Andrews. And it's like, so why does he call himself Toy Cat? Well, you see, back in 2000 and... you see how that goes. But yeah, so I just tried searching the Korean cat, but after typing Toy Cat, it was just your channel. Yeah, exactly. The channel got deleted now, and now it's me. Now I'm the one who owns it. But yeah, so... Do you like anime, says DJ? I don't like anime, but I don't, like, dislike it. It's like saying, do you like, you know, movies? It's like, there are some movies I like, there are some I dislike, but I don't watch as many movies as some people. Actually, I think I watch more movies than most people. I think, sorry, to just entirely destroy the argument I was just making, I watch a lot of those. I understand you're getting rid of the end stone, but are you going to use it for anything specific, says Night Owl Spirit. I'd still like to hear ideas from chat. I think maybe you said some and I just missed it. Do you have any good ideas for what I should do? You know, throw me some ideas, and we might use one maybe. That's my idea here at least. Thank you very much, Yuzi Worm, for the £1.18 super chat. Is this the prequel to literally just placing end stone over the glass we already placed for X minute stream? That would be a beautiful idea, and now you've tempted me. Now I might just do that. Imagine that, right? Covering the end stone in glass, then covering the glass in end stone. That would be fun. Also, we got a super chat from J Davis Bro, who says, "Hey Toyota, can I join Imperial Battalion 10? Please, I love you, Toy Cat, and I want you to join you clan." See, I mean, like, but that's a real message that might show up sometimes. I just don't know how to respond. I'm just not. I'm not mentally equipped for that. Make a fake end in the Nether. I like that idea a lot, actually. What would we surround it by? How do we simulate like the blackness void of everything in the Nether? Chat, if you have a fun idea, let me know. Maybe we'll do it. Maybe we could just find like a big area that's open anyway. I'm not even sure. So, turn the desert biome you have been destroying into an endstone biome. Yeah, I was thinking of taking another biome. Also, why is there no enderman anymore? Taking another biome and doing that. That could be kind of fun. Do you know any pro scooter riders from the UK? IBX Toycat says, oh, I missed your name. But thank you for the thing anyway. Please Toycast, says J Davis Bro. Again, J Davis Bro is the chaotic neutral of the streams. Like, sometimes he's here, he's been helpful, he's been nice. Sometimes you just gotta accept that you're never gonna understand him. He's never gonna understand you. There's just gonna always be a big gap in understanding. Use obsidian or black concrete to stimulate the void. Yeah, that might work actually. Just having a lot of black concrete really far away. Thanks to the nickname story. 11 out of 10. You're the best toy cat. Thank you so much for the £5. Was that a super chat or a thing by Streamlabs? Thank you very much for the £5 super chat. I'm glad to help out in that way. And yeah, no, there's a lot of like weird origin stories. That everyone always has such a cool one, right? Like, how did you come up with the name Wolverine? And it's like, oh, I was fighting with a bear one day and suddenly something came out of there. I guess he's a fictional character, but like, everyone who has like a stage name has a cool reason behind it. But me, it's literally like, oh yeah, I like being called Toy Cat because I like having an internet handle. This is my pro tip for anyone else. Have an internet name that's just as simple enough that anyone can hear it and immediately say it. Do you ever have those people where as soon as you you know, say your name, sorry, they say their name, you're just like, could you repeat that? Like so Jeff, my plumber, his girlfriend's name was like, oh, I think it's literally Wayne. He has a girlfriend called Wayne, like it's in like, you know, like Wayne Dawson or I don't know, Wayne whoever else, you know, like yeah, his girlfriend's name is Wayne, but I was like, it can't be Wayne, you know, like Wayne, and I was like, what'd you say again? I heard Faith, and it's like, oh, it can't be Faith. I can't hear Wayne from Faith, and it was just like it was a whole nightmare. I want a name online that's like Toy Cat. There's no misunderstanding it. Oh, did you mean Toy Dog? No, I meant Toy Cat. Of course I did. Also, Stella Blue says, make a moon out of the end stone of the overworld, then plot to steal it. Or I could put a hole in it, like Sonic Adventure 2 style. That'd be a lot of fun. But yeah, so for the next member event, is it UHC or Skywars? Says Sword Zombie. The next member event is going to be a Skywars. I don't know. I think it's in February, right? So, yeah, no, it's the December member event, but it's in February. So early February, what we'll set up is we'll set up that world. Everything will be fun. Most people I know get Shortstick pretty easy, but for some reason you get it wrong. I got it wrong again then, didn't I? You know, I'm going to have to just admit to you right now that when it comes to names, like everyone has a comfort zone with names, you know? Like, I'm sure in the Arab world, you know, like, they think our names are weird. I'm sure in Africa, they're like, your name is what? And you're like, John Smith. John Smith. And you're like, yeah, John Smith. Joanne Smith. No, like John. John? You know, you can see how, like, you know, that could easily be an issue that ends up there, right? So, you know, it's just like, you know, everyone has a comfort zone with names. I just, you know, I'm in a very, like, immigrant-heavy part of the UK, but, like, only specific, you know, like, areas. Like, you know, I speak to a fair number of Polish people, Lithuanians, and Italians, etc. But, like, if you're from, you know, like, I don't know, Russia, if you're from, I don't know, some parts of America even, it's just like, I have no clue. Americans don't understand Leicester or Worcester. Oh, my favorite, yeah, Leicester, Gloucester, and there's some really bad, like, English names. I love how Americans say Nottingham too. They're like, Nottingham. Like, so much emphasis on the word ham. Raccidental racism, says Gas King. That wasn't racist. Took out offends entire continent in 1 second. Did you know, like, there aren't actually many YouTube viewers from Africa? Like, I guess it makes sense. Like, you're not, many people aren't that surprised. But, like, there are a lot of people with Africa with internet, but they're not usually using it for YouTube. Like, oh god, that was scary. They use it for a lot of other things, but not YouTube. I need to sing a song about Endstone. You know, I think if we're going to go crazy, let's at least go the type of crazy where we don't start singing out loud about what we're doing. That'd be a nice thing for me. Pronounce Amelia Carlson, says Amelia Carlson. See, I can pronounce names. I got this. Endstone has a higher blast resistance, only second to Bedrock and Obsidian. So yeah, there's clearly something we could do with it. I'm just not, like, immediately convinced about what that thing should be. So we're going to place some more chests up here. Again, we'll deal with this later, but for now, throw some Endstone in there. And then we're going to grab some more beef, because I'm really running out of it. We don't find the name John Weird in Africa, says Farouk Kansi. Yeah, no, I was clearly simulating, like, a, like, maybe you're from, like, Mozambique, or somewhere that doesn't have English as a native language. I was just trying to say, faraway place. That was what I was getting at. Everyone's sneaking in shout-outs. Oh, that's a good point. It's a clever way to get a shout-out. I dig that. You like, get a shout-out however you can. Can you use the Endstone to create a massive statue of you as a mermaid in your world? Says the Michelin. Oh my god, no is the answer, but also fun thing going on there. So by the way, in case you're curious, we've now covered the entire end in glass, besides a few little bits here and there. the next step is where it gets really tricky. But again, we're going to deal with that as it comes along. So, Kat, do you think about the views you get compared to your subs? Does Tim like Eat Time? Also, big thank you, UZ1, for the £1 super chat. Do you ever fix that glass block you missed last time? I think I did. Yeah, I went through a lot of the stuff that we missed. It's kind of a fun thing. So, what's all the endstone for anyway? Literally no purpose. That's the beauty. So, thank you, UZ1, for the £1 super chat. Oh, as a heads up, if you donate, to get a message on YouTube, you need to donate $2. But to get a message on StreamLabs, it's £1, which is like $1.33 or something. I don't know, pro tips of Toy Cat. I live in West Korea. But, yeah, no, I lost someone. Oh, yeah, the view sub thing. A lot of people, like, who are new to YouTube, look at it and say, oh, subscribers must mean the number of people who want to watch videos compared to the number of people who do. But the truth is like, when you have a... Okay. First of all, subscribers... So many YouTubers tell you to just subscribe that it kind of means nothing in so many ways. Like, subscribers are just a lifetime accomplishment. If you get 1 million subscribers, it doesn't mean you have 1 million people watching you at that time. It means at some point in time, 1 million people have decided to hit that magic button. But yeah, I honestly, the way most YouTubers think about things, like, you know, if you're new to YouTube, you'd be like, wow, 15,000 subscribers, but only 1,000 views of video. 14,000 people hate your content, lol. But yeah, most people realize that like what it is you have a certain audience at any given time, and over time you lose subs, you gain subs, etc. So yeah, that's the whole thing. We're not gonna acknowledge that super chat right there. Thank you for the $2 anyway, though. We got. Is there a reason you're mining and not using TNT? Yeah, TNT is. If you have a lot of TNT, it might be faster. But Endstone has a high blast resistance, and you'd need a lot of TNT, so we can't do that. Or 1 person per 1 million accounts. Again, when YouTube deletes them, that's how you know it's all good and stuff. But my point here is just that most YouTubers don't see their subscriber count as anything. If I had 1 million subscribers and I got 1 million views in a video, that wouldn't mean that every one of my 1 million subscribers watched the video. That would mean that 100,000 of my 1 million watched the video, plus 900,000 people who weren't subscribed. Lowest resistance. But yeah, a lot of people, I would say a lot of people make the mistake of conflating the two things. In the same way, it's easy to conflate the fact that, if you don't know, the Earth spins around the Sun approximately once every 365 days. And the Earth spins around itself once a day, 24 hours, which is how we define a day. There's no link between the two events. They coincidentally line up almost, although they don't actually. It's 365.24 spins around the Sun for every time that you do stuff. But yeah, so like it's the same way that like here's a suspicious coincidence. A lot of people assume that it's like it has to be a fact, but like it's a happy coincidence. The moon is rotating on its axis at the same speed that it's rotating around Earth. That is a coincidence. You know, just because they're the same, it doesn't mean one is linked to the other. Just because the sun rotates around, no, just because the Earth rotates around the sun once every 365 days, it doesn't mean the Earth rotates in itself as a function of that. If a year got longer, a day wouldn't get longer too, you know? That's what I'm trying to say here. And the same way subscribers are kind of a different thing. Also, it's 364.21, 2421891 days. It's okay, why not run a realm, but J Davis Pro is OP. Now that sounds like a terrible idea right there. Getting a science lesson on a Sunday. I guess you basically are, right? But yeah, do you mean to be off-center in your webcam? I don't really. It's just like fixing it is kind of hard. I gotta like rotate this quite far or move this along. Mate, does that make you feel better? It'd be terrible if your views and subs are the same. Not all views are from subs, and most people who watch the video don't like it enough to subscribe. Yeah, if your views and your subs are the same, and you don't have any non-subscriber views, then that would be literally a miracle. And if, yeah, I know. Have a good night, says Leanne. Good to see you too. Have a great rest of your evening as well. The sun and moon being the same apparent size is a coincidence, though. Yeah, no, that was my point. That there are so many, suspicious coincidences, in my opinion. Again, I don't think they're actually suspicious. I just think that it's easy to see how people get confused. Also, thank you very much, Robert Inknet, for the £1 super chat, who says, what do we got going on here? We got, I can hear next your voice. I live next door to you. My bedroom is slightly next to yours. I don't know what you're talking about. I definitely don't live next to any Robert Ignat. This is a happy coincidence. But the next one is, what was your favorite subject in school? Thank you very much for the $2 super chat, Caitlin McKellips. And my favorite subjects in school was probably, I don't know what it'd be. I guess it would be like, I'm not really that sure. I think, ooh, I really liked food. If you don't know, I studied food in school. Because, like, you just made food and ate it. Like, that's like half my life anyway. Also, the thing, like, if, you know, like, the whole, like, people in real life, like, every now and then there's someone who knows me, like, who knows me from real life is like, hey, I noticed you're doing this YouTube thing, and they do it on YouTube, and it's like, please don't, you know? Real life and YouTube should be very separate things to me. Like, you know, happening to know that someone who is on YouTube is near you in real life. It's scary to me to make the leap to, like, well, now we have to be friends. Now we have to, you know, like, YouTube things together. Like, I have a few friends from real life. They're like, so when are you going to put me in a video? And it's like, oh, yeah, because I guess we're friends, therefore you have to be in a video or whatever. I know, it seems weird to me. It's honestly scary to me, too. Like, you know, what if that is my real neighbor? You know, now there's someone who knows, like, you know, what I do all day. You know, like, they can watch... If there was someone on the other side of the wall over there, they would be able to see through the wall. That's like X-ray vision. That's scary to me. That's not cool. That's So, what do you use to record your screen? Says Night Owl Spirit. I use OBS. It's something I like personally, and a capture card. I would buy a mug on the Toy Cat store if it had Mermaid Toy Cat on it. I'll tell you what we might do. We might design some fun merch on stuff. That'd be a fun thing to do. But yeah, I think it'd be like creepy to. Again, like, I think the real life and the internet life should be separated for the most part. Like, knowing someone in real life is also... It's not your link to knowing someone on the internet. Like, or if you know where someone is in real life, and you know they're on the internet, like, that's not a good thing, you know? So, yeah, we got, go on seeds, and then they give me a seed, and go to coordinates. Love you, says Crazy Pumpkin. I'll check out that seed later. That's a really good idea. I think that's a fun one that you can totally do. But why is he collecting endstones, says Kemet. It's really weird. Office workers don't bring their mates. Yeah, exactly. And the same, the other way around too. Like, you don't get to bring your mate into the office, and you know, just because you know that one of your friends works in office, you shouldn't show up there and be like, hey, I noticed you work here. How about I work here too? Yeah. So that's it gets like genuinely scary to me at some points, because like. If you're like, oh yeah, well I'm your neighbor, I live on your street, you know, I know I went to your school or whatever it is, it's basically saying, you know, I know where you live, which is a creepy thing to do. Like as a YouTuber, this has become a more and more prevalent fear, but like having like people who are subscribed or know who you are, whatever, show up is like a more and more common issue, I guess. They're like it goes to a lot of really bad places. Like, you know, sometimes it's like a genuine threat to yourself in some cases. That's why I keep you know, things separate. It's okay. I know where you live. I live in the UK. You caught me. But so if you punch yourself and it hurts, does that make you weak or strong? Says Night Owl Spirit. It makes you both weak and strong. That's the only clear answer to this question that makes sense to me. Do you prefer playing Minecraft on an Xbox or a computer? Says Bag in Shield. I prefer playing on Xbox. Like, part of that is like comfort. I've always played it here, and part of that comes down to like, well, I mean, you know, like it works on a console, so I can play it on my couch. The saves transfer over to a Switch, so I can play it on the go. And yeah, to me that's a really handy thing. I mean, maybe I'm the crazy one, but that's my take on things. I know where Kit Kats live, says Ender Dragon Pig Prime. In America? Question mark. But that's a pretty weird thing to say out loud. If you traveled in time and space, where would you go first? So yeah, whenever there's a lot of hypotheticals that are bounded on the question of if you could travel back in time, or travel, you know, if you could teleport, which is basically the same thing, where would you teleport to? And it seems like a fun question on the surface, but I mean, like, the reality, at least in my head, is that it's basically, you know, like, it's basically the same thing as being able to teleport. Because if you can travel in time, then you can basically teleport anywhere you want to. Like, okay, I'm gonna walk over there, then travel back a minute, and now I'm over there in an instant. So yeah, if I could teleport anywhere in time and space, if I could use time travel to go around the place, I would really, really love to settle a lot of the big misconceptions of life. Assuming I could go back and be safe, like, you know, like, for instance, I'd like to see, you know, like how the last conversation with Hitler went down. That would be interesting. That'd be, you know, that's a classic go back and do this. Like, did he really poison his dog before he killed himself? Did he feel good about that dog? Did he and his love really he and his wife really love each other? You know, like, these are the questions I need to know. But then also, I'd also like to work out like some of the more complex questions. I think I'd say. I don't know, something along the lines of like, you know, how did the universe begin? You'd probably die if you didn't have like a spacesuit or something. So I guess I'd have to teleport into NASA, grab a spacesuit, and then watch the Big Bang. That would be cool. That would be interesting. How does the universe end? Is there an end to the universe? Like, you know, scientists are really torn on that one, but I personally think there is an end. Does everything end eventually? So I can't settling misconceptions for 111 minutes. Like, I would really, really love to know so much about the universe. Also, I agree, Stellar Blue. You know, let's just settle all the biggest misconceptions. So you know how people think you probably died with a spacesuit, Casey? I mean, I don't actually know how the big... Like, I guess we've never sent people back to the Big Bang, so we don't know how habitable it is. But you're right that you probably need more than a spacesuit to survive there. But, you know, you get the point, I think, of, like... It would be kind of interesting. If camera lenses are circles, why are the pictures squares? Da-da-da-da. I reckon secret government conspiracy. Going to guess that the lack of universe for the Big Bang would cause problems a spacesuit couldn't help with. Right, like, what would happen, though? Again, that's kind of like abusing your powers, like... But you can see the point that, like, you know, what did the universe look like after Big Bang? What did the first human look like? I would love to go back in time and mess with the first human. Because, or like, I reckon if you find the first, like, group of, you know, proper humans, and you alter their development path, you can change everything, you know? Like, I feel like, if you just go back to, like, the first few humans, and you make them super paranoid, we get a society that's way more based on... Maybe it doesn't go as far. Maybe if you make a society where the first few humans are, like, all very open and caring, etc., maybe everyone goes better, you know? Maybe we have less war. I feel like you could probably... If you alter the first few humans, you can alter the entirety of everything. You know, you could go back and change really tiny historical events that shift the course of history. Like, I've said this one before, but one of the most pivotal single events was the assassination of his name is Archduke Ferdinand. You don't need to know his name. He's got a fancy Austrian Empire name, but he got assassinated partly because of chance. If you just don't assassinate him, Europe doesn't go to war. Maybe we still have monarchies in Europe to this day. You know, like, and we have them in the UK, but like, you know, powerful monarchies with the ability to actually decide things. Because it was kind of, you know, that was the point where most European countries were like, hey, we're gonna stop this whole monarchy process. And, you know, I would be curious, like, is that a better Europe? Is it Europe without World War I that? You know, do we just start having more wars? Because there's all these whole things. So, yeah, basically that's the Big Bang of me watching YouTube more than I used to. Justice Henry. I'm glad the streams have done that for you. But no, yeah, there's so many pivotal moments in history that if you could go back and change, you would change so much. And maybe for the better. I think the coolest thing about having the ability to change time is you could keep retrying. Like, okay, we'll go back and we'll stop the Archduke being assassinated so that Serbia never gets invaded, which doesn't cause the whole Trigger of Alliances to go off, which caused the World War I. And it's like, okay, that'd be interesting. I'd go back and I'd, you know, like, you know, the Boston Tea Party harbor, which was one of the big causes of, one of the big things that caused America to go independent. What would it be like if America wasn't independent, you know? What if we go back and I join the settlers and I'm like, yeah, down with the British, but let's not dump the tea. Tea's pretty good. How about instead we write a strongly worded letter to the king? That will show the British, you know, like, you can see how, like, I think an independent America would be worse for both the UK and America. Sorry, a non-independent, a dependent America, a colony. So, yeah, basically, I would really like to see how many things you could change. If you could change history, wouldn't you change too? I guess so. I guess you can only change the future, maybe, then. Just skip the America part, maybe everything will be better. Yeah, let's just go back in time and stop any settler going to America. Anyone who wants to go to America, we just assassinate them. and we see how that goes. We did write a strongly written letter, says Not Dragon. Oh, did you really? Oh, I wasn't. My familiarity with the American Revolution is really down to, like, you know, at the time, this seemed like a really bad idea. If I was in America at the time, I would have been against it. But had I been in America after it, I'd been like, that was a good idea, retroactively. Because a lot of countries have something like called a fiction, where every country needs something to unite people together. You can't just decide one day that you're going to make a new country called Mexica, Canada, and Honduras. Or, you know, India, Germany, and, I don't know, Canada. Meximany. No, wait, Indiranada is India, Germany, and Canada. You know, you can't combine the three countries together because you need to. This is the 20th consecutive live stream, the last. Thank you so much, Blake101. I've been impressed with your consistency. I don't believe it's the last, though. I believe you have more in you, Mr. Blake101. But, no, I really do think that every country has this concept of, like, a fiction somewhere that binds the country together. Because you need to have something that makes you believe that every British person is something, whatever that is. You need every American is something, you know, and uniquely, you know, believes in freedom or believes in whatever else. So when you create America from scratch, there's a lot of British loyalists who are part of this country who believe that they are British people trapped in a brand new independent state. And, you know, there's a lot of, like, Native Americans, there's slaves, and that's a whole thing. How do you unite this whole thing together? It doesn't make any sense. You know, there's even 13 separate states with 13 different identities, laws. So what you do is you need to create a strong vision from scratch. And your strong vision is like, look, we were screwed real hard by the British. Real hard. And, you know, to some extent it's true. Like, we did overtax the colonies, but we overtaxed the colonies because we spent a lot of money, partially to defend the colonies. And then we're like, hey, could you pay us for that great defense we did with the world's strongest military? And everyone's like, you know, why should we pay for that, you know? And then, ironically enough, America eventually becomes the strongest military. So that's a twist of history. But yeah, no, it's really interesting that, like, the American is kind of founded on the idea of, like, look, we were screwed when we were a colony, and now we'll be the most powerful independent state of states, you know, states that are united. It was the Declaration of Independence. We were tired of being lots of tax for tea. But again, the whole problem is, like, everyone complains about a specific tax all the time, but you got to remember that just how heavy taxation really is. But at the present time, the taxes you pay on, like, I don't know, tea, for instance, are way higher as a percentage. The tax burden as a percentage of any given country right now, like, it's 40%. Even in America, which is famously anti-government, it's like 36% or something like that, I want to say. Like, so much of a country goes straight to the government before anyone else gets it. And that's not me making a political, like, oh, that's bad or that's good. Like, that's just a fact that is a fact. So you gotta bear in mind that, like, right now you could argue that you're being heavily taxed, you know, on... You get taxed for earning money. When you earn money, you pay a lot of that money straight to the government. It's like 40-something% in a lot of countries. It goes up to like 60, 70%. And then you pay tax when you buy something, and then you pay tax to live in a house. To own a house costs money. And if you rent a house, there's still taxes involved with that. And then if you want to, you know, buy electricity for that house, or maybe internet, you pay taxes on that too. My point here, again, I'm not saying, like, taxes are bad. That's not my point here at all. It's good. It's fine to like or to hate taxes. They're a thing. They are a thing. It's kind of silly. But my point is that you're being taxed excessively now by this tyrannical structure, but you don't see it as tyrannical. And the reason you don't is because it's like the natural order in a lot of places. Or not necessarily just the natural order, but my point is that you can use context to realize that anything is... I don't know. My point here is kind of crazy. So thank you very much for the $5 super chat, Hailstorm Studios. Hi, Tucket. I've been watching you since TU14 was out, and I love your videos. Thanks for always being there when I'm down. It helps a lot. I'm glad to help you, man. Let's get the name again. Hailstorm Studios. Oh, I was wondering, like, is it Haley or something? It's like Hailstorm Studios. Thank you for the $5 super chat. I'm glad to help out. There's been so many people who have said, like, the TU14 days before. I wonder what it was about TU14, but, like, there are a lot of people who are like, you know, TU 14 days, those are the days, am I right? So yeah, next time you think to yourself, like, oh yeah, well, I mean, like, taxes would be a good cause for revolution. Remember just how widely taxed you are right now, and how you have not thought about revolution. Because, I mean, it's one of the scary things about civilization is that everyone's like a few... people only don't revolute. I don't know what the word would be, but like, the only reason we don't have revolutions is because everyone's too busy all day. Like, I spend all day working. I can't go to a revolution. Like, protests are like basically a try to have a peaceful revolution, right? The moment, like they get really big, that could cause a problem. In Iceland, like 10% of the population went to protest a thing, and it was basically a revolution, almost a coup d'etat. In the Middle East and Africa, Arab Spring, they just went and got rid of their government because they weren't doing good things. He's done this because he's gone insane. That's totally true there too. So if you do see the Big Bang, does that prove there isn't a God, or did God create the Big Bang? How would you know? So, I think it's only really strict certain sects of Christianity that says that the way we believe things are is how it will always be. I think most Christians accept that science is a part. Like, science is working out, in their minds, is working out how God does a thing. Anyway, no religion, no politics, no anything else like it. Taxes necessary, the conflicts are over the rate of taxes or how they're used. Yeah, so some amount of tax is necessary, of course. That is how we pay for the civilization around us. But the big question is like, well, I mean, people are being taxed insane. It's like the boiling pot thing. But they don't see it as insane because it's just how it is, right? If America hadn't rioted? I don't know what the word would be, but if America hadn't gone crazy over the tax, it would have become standard. Like, oh yeah, you pay the tea tax when you drink tea. So yeah, my point of all of that is just like, yeah, when you I want to be careful with my words here again. Love your videos. You're an amazing YouTuber. Thanks so much for the $2 New Zealand super chat, and thank you, Miss the Gamer 234. But yeah, thank you for the New Zealand dollars, and I'm glad you think I'm an amazing YouTuber. I try my best. Revolted is the word. I guess it is revolted. I'm used to revolted meaning, like, oh, I was revolted with his behavior in that night. Absolutely revolted. Thank you, chat, for that. The word you're looking for is revolted, says Tin6. And a lot of other people, by the way. Taxation without representation. So here's the other thing, right? A lot of Americans are upset about the idea of taxation without representation. One of the big things that makes the British the big bad evil guys is that, we taxed America, but they didn't get seats in the Houses of Parliament, so they didn't get to vote on the laws which they were subject to. However, this is really evil, right? Like, how could you ever have a country where people were subject to laws they weren't able to vote on? And then you remember, do you know the situation of Puerto Rico? Yeah, Puerto Rico, Guam, the Marshall Islands. They have, Puerto Rico has like 3.5 million people, something like that. It's in the millions. Millions of people, none of whom are allowed to vote on laws which they are taxed and they do not get representation. They are taxed quite a lot federally, I want to say, actually. They are taxed pretty seriously, and they do not get representation. But again, this is my point. Fictions are a thing that countries make up. You make an event seem extra bad because there's so many injustices every day. You just need to take one, and you can form a country in it. I'm not saying the US shouldn't be a country. I'm not saying that it's not a valid identity. I'm just saying every country very hypocritically applies the rules they want to believe in. It's like to pick an enemy that you don't like. I was gonna actually pick the main thinking, but if you take like China for instance, North Korea. North Korea is a super paranoid country, and they believe in it's called like self-sustaining. What is it? They've got their ideology is called Juche, where they don't import anything, they don't export anything, or they rarely do either of those things. It's called like self-sustaining communism. And the reason they have that is because they know for a fact that when you let other people get involved, they tend to do bad things. Like that, they have this huge thing that like the US is like the big enemy, imperial enemy #1. Also, how late is it there? 'Cause it's only 5:56 p.m. here. It is 10:57. It's quite late, but I'll be up till about 3 or 4, so that's fine to me. but self-sustaining democracy. It's it's very democratic in North Korea. But like, yeah, my point was just that North Korea, like they tell fictions as well, and some of those people there believe them. And you look at that and you say that's stupid. Like, you can't look at this event and say you were right. You can't look at I don't know, like China looks at Tiananmen Square, didn't happen, and you're like, that's silly. But if you're in China, you're like, well, I mean, of course you say it doesn't happen because this that. Everyone's always willing to look at the worst things from other countries and the best things from their own. Like, if you're Turkish, you don't acknowledge the Armenian genocide. If you're British, you don't acknowledge the atrocities of the colonial empire. If you're German, actually, no, Germans are pretty good at owning their past these days. But, you know, like, if you're Japanese, what happened in Nanking? Nothing happened in Nanking. Thank you very much for asking. Good questions, etc. Because it's no country ever wants to admit they did a bad thing. Because it hurts the national identity. It hurts, you know, it cuts at the very thing that makes a country a country. And my point here was just that, like, if you don't acknowledge those things are things, you get in a bad place. Actually, I'm a woke American, says Stella Blue. I assumed, I think you said university. I assumed you were British, Stella Blue. It's 11:58 on Monday here, says Jessica Clark. Man, that is 13 hours ahead. You're living all the way in, like, Monday morning. And a lot of Americans are here like, yep, Sunday's got a lot of time left in it. Imagine if I told you the very country has brainwashed you into a false sense of patriotism through schooling, forms of bandwagon, and oral traditions. Yeah, exactly. That, I mean, like, I think a lot of people take it to, like, a way too scary level, where it's like, ooh, I don't know if I believe in what you're saying. But it is definitely true that, like, you believe these things because everyone believes these things, because it ties a country together. So, yeah, and the UK in particular, you know, like, I like our flag. I like our national anthem. I like a lot of British cultures and traditions and so on and so forth. So there you go. There's your thing. Carry on with the glasses, says Future Game Master. I might just do an entire, like, 8-hour stream or something, just dealing with all of this. That might be a fun idea. It's almost midnight here, says Sophie Paulwells. I think I pronounced your name wrong again. But thank you. Oh, also Brendan Hampton says, just got off work to watch the best YouTuber. You. Hey, thank you. I'm glad you clarified you. Like, he's going to watch the best YouTuber. Guess I'm going to have to make way for him. But thank you so much for the $1.99 super chat. Brendan Hampton, do appreciate it. Show me the inventory. Here's my inventory. It's a big mess. Especially since Trudeau is PM. And again, like, there's a lot of really scary things that, like, patriotism is a good thing, and patriotism at the cost of every other country is a bad thing. Believing that your country did good things is important. Every country's done really good things. Every people has done good things. And believing that every other country is inferior is bad. There we go. Locked it down. Finished the conversation. So now we can talk about the other questions. I will watch that. Just make sure you don't do it during one of my 24-hour naps. Do you have that thing? I think it's called, like, Sleeping Beauty disease. Also, what's the emu birds? Did you fry a bunch of birds? So first of all, do you have the Sleeping Beauty disease? And second of all, and in Australia, there's something called the Emu War. There's a lot of really funny wars out there. You know, I mentioned the Cod Wars once, but Australia had some wars against some emus. Australia lost the war, I believe, which is especially funny. So, but every other country is inferior, says the Great Gander. Ah, well, I guess you got me there pretty good. He's about to break into Arthur theme. 'Cause I say, hey, hey, what a wonderful kind of day. Like when you want to bundle clay and do something else that I don't know. So, so Kat, what's your thoughts on philosophical anarchy and where do you stand politically? I don't like to talk politics because politics is just people pick a side and then stick with it forever. And I like to, I prefer to talk about ideas rather than ideologies. I don't want to tell you that, like, hey, I think that this is bad and that's good. I like to take it. I like to look at every individual idea separately, and then work from there. You know, rather than taking a whole thing and just like deciding, well, I like this thing, so I like all these other things too. I'd rather look at everything as an individual data point. You know, but that makes me crazy, I think. So, Kat, can you continue the smallest survival Let's Play? The truth is, there are a lot of series that, like, were cancelled for good reasons. And that one, it just doesn't really have a future because you can't go to the Nether. Darn it, I can't get that block. You can't go to the Nether, which is a real problem. We're too woke for politics, says that random player. Damn straight we are. That's what I heard. So, to move on, what do you think about the Holy Roman Empire? Should be reformed. Ha ha ha. I'm gonna try and pass that one. Your stream earlier isn't working, the one with the massive mace biome. Is there a certain world size and biome skin we need? So East End Boy only works on Bedrock. It has to be on Bedrock version of Minecraft. Yeah, you have like playing Minecraft, just called Minecraft, not Minecraft Xbox One. In America, January is hot. / stop global warming. Yeah, I'm going to America in January. It's actually going to be quite warm. I like that. Honestly, one of my favorite things is hot countries during the non-hot months, because even a hot country in like, okay, so I don't know, take a California for instance. It's still like 20 or 30 degrees during winter, but people are like, oh, that's the cold season. It's not as hot as it can be, so everyone avoids it, like for tourism. Or most people do. A lot of people do. And it's really kind of fun. When we do the next server, let anyone join, says Itsuki. The next video is coming out soon. It was a big failure, but like maybe a good failure, maybe not. And the next one after that, I'm going to be working on probably when I get back from America. Again, a lot of stuff is in the editor's hands right now. He's been enjoying his Christmas break, so that's a thing that you do got to keep in mind. Man, there's just so many Endermen coming to attack me. It's a little bit frustrating. There we go. He's dead. Maybe I should just try and destroy... Yeah, we'll try to vertically destroy first. In some parts of America, January is cold, but not where I live. Yeah, no, I think that's a funny thing. I haven't heard of the emu mold till just now. I thought it would be widely known here as something else to take the kids out of Australia about. I'm not sure I understand that comment. I think my brain is, like, disintegrating as I talk. Maybe I'm dying. Maybe I'm reading too much chat. I think that'll do it to you sometimes, like, because there's a lot of people, like, when chat's like orderly and it's like easy, it's like, oh yeah, here are some good messages I should read out. When I read everything in chat, I'm like, oh, there's so much in here. In California, there's only 2 types of weather, hot and hotter, says Firegate. Did I get your name? Yeah, Firegate from the Discord. I think it's got the same picture, so I assume so. But yeah, so, are you doing a fan meetup? I think, doing fan meetups doesn't work by itself, but I think, like, at some point, like, I try to do conventions every now and then, and I try to, I don't know, like, it'd be fun to do a Toy Cat tour one day, but as far as, like, regular meetups, it's hard to arrange, because it's super, like, if I just say, hey, I'm in Madison Square Garden, I don't know where that is, I'm assuming New York, I'm in this place right here, come meet me, and too many people come and meet me, then it's like a danger to everyone there. So you gotta be pretty careful. We're all dying, says Stella Blue. Yeah, I guess you're right. Everyone's dying. Just some people are dying a little faster than others. That's nice. In Texas, there's only 2 types of weather. Hotter and hottest, says Chelsea Clark. Me and a couple of friends are actually probably going to go to Texas at some point. Like, we're talking about US cities that would be fun. Because, you know, they'd like to go to America. But New York's crazy expensive, so is LA. So it's like, okay, go to Chicago. I've been to Chicago already, and I have a, I guess, technically an ex-girlfriend there. So that's, not that it's a bad thing to go anywhere where you have an ex, but it's like, oh, yeah, there's going to be some weird times from that. Actually, can I complain about the past? Of course I can. It's my live stream. So, I went to Chicago during January. It's -8 Celsius there. So, like, below freezing, and then a lot more below freezing during the January. And then it's windy. It's called the Windy City, and it, like, bites and freezes you. It's one of the coldest cities I've been to in a while. And it's, like, a fully functioning city. But, I was in an apartment building. It was an Airbnb that had literally, like, their heating was, like, centrally controlled. It was so hot in there because they just turned it on all day. It was -8 outside, and it was 30 or something on the inside. I spent an entire, like, 4-day period, because I was in Chicago for a few days, being way too humanly hot. So hot I couldn't sleep, even above the covers. And being, like, way too cold. Because even, they had the windows, so they opened, but they kept the heat in anyway. It was like, how is this a thing? How have you managed to make it so that I am gonna die because it's too hot? Inside -8. It's called Chicago. It's called the Windy City because New York. What is that? What? It's called the Windy City because of New York? What sense does that make? Also, thank you for coming in, Jura. Go to New Orleans, says Pickle the Gamer. Yeah, New Orleans is definitely up there on my list of like, this would be a fun place to go. It's like, have you been to Merseyside? Liverpool? Liverpool's a really good city, but is this Canadian? I don't know what my accent is, but no, Liverpool is definitely a city I'd like to go to. I think Echo's from there, right? Is that public? I think that's public anyway. But I think it's I think Echo's from the Liverpool area, maybe. So it'd be cool to see Echo sometime. That should be a video sometime. Just like, oh, I'll go to Liverpool, say hello to Echo. We'll do one of those awkward videos, and then we'll be done. There's a fun idea. Go to Tennessee. Yeah, Tennessee has direct flights in the UK now, so I genuinely might. What a fun idea. Move to another city. NY is worse than Chicago. Okay, we got a lot of like US arguing right here. So to move on from any of that, let me tell you guys. So, okay, are you going to come down to Australia, the non-existent country this year? I mean, Australia not existing is a big barrier to me coming there. But yeah, I think Australia this year. Again, I'm just waiting for a good sale from like a fun airline. Like, it'd be fun to fly like Etihad there, for instance, or like Qantas or Cathay. Like, if you're flying on a 24-hour flight, you want to pick a good airline, I feel like. It's not 24 hours, but it's like fly 15 hours and then fly another 10. So, yeah, if you're going to do that, in my opinion, maybe I'm the crazy one. But I think if you're going to do a flight that long, it just makes sense to make sure you get good airline. And rather than paying the absurd prices they want all year round, sometimes they do crazy sales to Australia. And during then, I'll go to Australia. So Qantas is a good airline. Yeah, I'm excited to fly Qantas one day. Again, let me talk about my weird little passions. Because I love flying airlines. Like, flying different airlines is fun to me. Like, it's intriguing to see how much is different and how much is the same. And Qantas is, like, really high up on my list of airlines to fly. Because if you watch my second channel video, as of recently, I'm now, like, it's called, like, One World Emerald or something. Basically, I have airline status. So, like, even if I'm flying just a regular economy flight inside Australia, I can access the first class lounge, where there's like a chef who like prepares food. Like that, to me, it's kind of cool that like, oh, go for a small flight, get a chef or something. So that'd be like a really cool video, right? Like, oh yeah, here's a random chef making me some noodles or whatever. Because we're Delta Airlines and life is a freaking nightmare. So I love flying different airlines. I find it fascinating. And yeah, I feel like there's some airlines that are just good, and there are some airlines that are just bad, right? Like, you know, United, generally speaking, you know, like, not a fun airline. Also, they drag people off planes, so there's that. You know, like, whereas, you know, like, no one says, oh yeah, well, I flew with Qatar, or I flew with Etihad, it was just really subpar experience, or Turkish, or there's a few airlines that are just really, really, really good at everything. And yeah, so if you're flying 24 hours, pick one of those. It's like, you know, I don't mind, you know, what seat I'm sat in if I'm sat at a dentist's office. But if you're going to buy a seat that you're going to sit in for the rest of your life, I'd say that. What airlines are good and bad in America? So I've only ever flown American, Delta, and Southwest. But Southwest was my favorite. JetBlue's meant to be pretty good. And as far as like outside of the continent, I had such a good time with Delta. Again, bear in mind, this is like from a British perspective. But, like, they give you so much food. I was in economy, flying to Minnesota. Only Delta had a direct flight, so I was like, I'll give them a whirl. And they're like, okay, so there's food when you get on the plane. There's a snack midway through. Then there's ice cream. Then there's free water bottles. Then there's, like, a snack before you land. Like, it's like a croissant with, like, a ham and cheese croissant. And all of those meals were good. Like, it was a Magnum ice cream, too. Like, there was a lot of really cool things about this flight. So, yeah, I had a really good time at Delta. Again, I'm sure that the problem is every single time that you also waiting for the update where if you put a sign with United Airlines on it, it hurts you. But yeah, the biggest problem with airlines in America is they're really inconsistent as far as I know. Like, you can have a really good experience one time, really bad experience another, because the airport's always going to be different, the number of connections is going to be different, your staff is going to be different, and they're trained variably. Whereas a lot of airlines, like, you know, Emirates, the things that makes them great is that they get a really consistent experience that's consistently good. Whereas in America, they're a lot less concerned about good service and more concerned about, you know, passenger numbers, etc., etc. Because if you don't know, your package durability is, you know, yeah, we're going to run out soon. Oh, we're pretty much out of things already. Also, that's scary to see, just a gap down to the void. So, I fly Toy Cat Airlines. Oh yeah, remember the fun Toy Cat Airline jokes from the PUBG streams? I had a lot of fun with that. But yeah, no, I honestly, I really, when it comes to like American stuff, it's like you're gonna get an inconsistent experience. Whereas if you fly with a Middle Eastern carrier, their whole thing is getting you into their country, so they just make a good airline for that. A good way to put this actually is airlines that focus. Okay, airlines that are really far away from everywhere are good at providing a good service. They know that it has to be comfortable or you won't fly with them. Whereas airlines that usually connect people close and then sometimes go further are not good at doing that second one. So again, most American carriers aren't great with long-haul service. And given I live in the UK, that's most of what I use. Although actually, wait, pro tip, okay. Again, most people don't care about airlines, but just because I like talking about them, and it's my stream, I'll do what I want. Hashtag checkmate or whatever. But the best airline in North America, if you get a choice, I would say fly with Air Canada, because I mean I flew with them once and it was much nicer than flying any American airline. So if you shop online for airline tickets, if you clear your cookies and cache, you can get tickets way cheaper. They track what you do online, they look at tickets, they rack up the prices. Chelsea Chick, did you know that's not actually true? It's a widely spread myth, but it's actually it's not true. Sorry, I only fly on the Hooters airline. I watched that YouTube video too. Yeah, so when it comes to airline tickets, there are so many myths. Again, I'm writing a whole travel book thing or like an ebook, or I don't even know what it is, but I'm writing a guide to travel. So many people, like, there's so many myths out there that are just like easily proven. Like a lot of people still think, a lot of people really do believe that the further in advance you book a ticket, the cheaper. That's usually true. It's usually a good idea because it books stability. But so many tickets go down in price. So I have an embarrassing story to tell you all. So I booked a ticket to get to Switzerland because I'm flying from Switzerland to Canada because I found a cheap ticket. So I'm flying to Switzerland, then I'm flying from Switzerland to Canada, right? I booked the ticket to Switzerland on the wrong day. And at the time, the cheapest flight I could find, I don't know what it was. I think it was 70 maybe. It was an expensive flight. Or maybe I'm mistaken. But you know, like, let's assume it was 70 for the sake of this analogy. And it was like, that is the very cheapest. Okay, it's a one-way from one of the biggest cities to that at the right time and the right day. Check your inventory. Okay, there you go, Dominator PD. Just for you. But, yeah, basically, like, because I booked it for the wrong day, I need to book again. And then I looked this time, and the exact same flight was like £20 less. Yes! You know, okay, wait, this is getting scary now. And that's something that happens all the time, where like airline prices go down rather than up. Like, airline prices a lot of the time go up, but they also come down a fair amount. It's all about, and it's nothing to do with your cookies, it's nothing to do with you. They just variably know that, like, on some days, airline tickets can be cheaper. On some days, this or that makes sense. I fly in a blue Florida Anglia. Switzerland's where PewDiePie was born. Sweden is what you're thinking of, Brody Mitch. A lot of people get the two countries confused, though, so that's fine. So, yeah, how good are you with world maps? I would say pretty good. I would say I'm passable with a world map. Like, I really like maps and stuff like that. I find them to be fascinating. It's like a catalogue of countries almost, or something like that. It's probably a rude way to describe it, but yeah, no, I find it to be fascinating. Try Swiss Air, says Zoom. Yeah, no, I am trying Swiss. So the reason that the ticket was so expensive, like again, £72 is absurd for a one-way ticket in Europe, was because it was with Swiss Air, and I was kind of curious, like it'd be a fun time, so I was like, I'll do that, sure. But yeah, so then it later turned out, oh yeah, it's gone down in price. But here's the thing. Okay, Toy Cat complains. Toy Cat complains. So here's the thing about it though, that's like, I don't know, a little bit too much for me, is that even though the new ticket was £62, the price to change my ticket, so to change my to take my ticket, which was on the 27th, take it to the 26th or something, or whatever the days were. But yeah, to change the ticket, it was going to be more than a brand new ticket, and it's like, okay, so now what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to end up just having two tickets, and now you don't get to sell the second seat. And yeah, long story short, I had a bad time. Oh, your shoelaces tight, Toy Cat, says Ben Feely. I am not wearing shoes. I'm wearing my grey Amazon Basic socks. So okay, have you heard of New Zealand, the country? New Zealand is a conspiracy made up by Old Zealand to boost tourism. New Zealand's not real. We all know it. It's like Australia. Like it's a pleasant fiction to tell people about. Doesn't mean it's any real though. So hey, so again, if you could add a new structure to Minecraft, what would you add? How would you change the structure we already have? Good questions. I think I would probably change the Woodland Mansion. Make it more exciting. Wait, no, I have a video about structures that I changed coming soon. So watch that. Look me, self-promotion. Big stuff. But yeah, so to go back to my thing. Yeah, Toy Cat DLC for Smash. But yeah, no, I went to Five Guys today, if you're curious. Had a really good time. Went on the train. And I want to talk about regression because, like, the fact that that train was, like, further in the future reminds me of, like, a scary thing that could be happening. Like, everything that all of civilization is built on is constant growth. We assume growth on growth on growth on growth, etc. But at some point, that's... sorry, like... But, it's, you know, what happens when at some point we don't go forwards, we go backwards instead? And, you know, logically speaking, it won't happen for a very long time. But the fact that we just assume that it's going to happen now, it sometimes scares me. Like, sometimes the past is so much further ahead of the future. And that, to me, seems like a scary thing. Yeah, I don't know what my real thoughts were going beyond that one. But I guess I'm kind of lost. My voice is also kind of dead. So, do you wanna do some Q&A? That'd be a good idea. Wait, I live somewhere that doesn't exist? Does that mean I don't exist? Now, New Zealand is just part of West Australia. Although, actually, Australia also doesn't exist. New Zealand's just like a little part of the UK that we set aside as like, oh yeah, let's send them over there. They can be nice. Also, thank you very much for the fake 99-cent super chat in fake dollars from a fake country. I should stop saying the fake thing. I'm going to offend someone one day. But in the meantime, I can have a lot of fun. So, drink some water, Toy Cat, says Chloe Booth. Oh no, my water thing's like nearly empty. Ooh, good stuff. Final smash for Toy Cat, turn the map into a communist Minecraft realm. I've had more and more people like know me as just the communist Minecraft realm guy. It's been a really weird thing actually. What is that based on? We're east of Australia, not west. Yeah, no, I got that. I'm so bad at east and west to this day. North and south is easy, right? North is up, south is down. I don't know how my brain just understands that. East and west, my brain is eternally confused by. Like, I need to get better at, like, distinguishing them, I guess. It's one of those weird things where, like, if you get something wrong enough times in a row, you start to remember the times you got it wrong rather than the times you got it right. And you're like, so did I get it wrong that time or right that time? Was I wrong or was I right? Clockwise, never eat shredded wheat. See, yeah, here's the thing. I know how to get east and west eventually. Like, if you asked me, okay, with 100% certainty, is east this way or that way? I could obviously go, you know, northeast, southwest. Never egg some waffles. You know, egg waffles, not great. But, you know, I could obviously do that eventually. But the big problem is I can't do it, like, on the spot at any given time. Which is a real problem. Weast now, weast. So, also, we're running dangerously low on pickaxe durability. We should probably deal with that soon. That is an upcoming issue to be dealt with. So, were you ever bad with left and right as a kid? I'm bad at east and west and also struggle with left and right. See, here's the thing. I did struggle with left and right until a teacher one day was like, L for left. And then it doesn't work on the other side. But it's like, oh yeah, L for left. Also, thank you very much, Cruzio HD, for the £1 super chat. In Norway, there's only north and south. I'm not sure I understand that one, because, like, your country's so thin. Do people come up to you IRL and ask if you're a communist? If so, how do you reply? A lot of people have still asked me, like, well, you made a communist server, you must be a communist. But anyone who's watched the video is like, oh yeah, you made fun of communism too much to be a real communist. Like, the one thing I'm really scared of is I never want to, like, endorse, and, like, I never want Minecraft videos to be weird propaganda for insert thing here. Like I said, I really do believe that, like, propagating people into an ideology is scary. I'd rather talk about ideas and concepts. It's like, I don't know, it's just how I do things. Maybe I'm the crazy one. But it is how it is. The up left thing is still sometimes the only way to get them right. As soon as I learned that one, it's like L for left. You can do it without looking at it too. Like your fingers can go, and you're like, oh, ow, oh, Jesus. Okay. Enemy gets scary sometimes. But yeah, because you can do it like without even thinking about your hand. To me, that just fixes things. Whereas northeast, southwest, you have to like mentally imagine. I'm sure there's something weird about that. Your videos are cat propaganda. My videos are in fact cat propaganda. I do say, oh, way too many good things about cats. We gotta ease on the cat propaganda. That's for sure. My idea: add Waluigi to Smash. Now that is a unique idea that I have not run across before. What do you think is your most viewed video? Says Chris Gamerwolf. I think it's 10 mobs and their weaknesses. It got like several million views. I still think it was a really good video. I don't know how it got 5 million views. Like to me, it's like, oh yeah, good video. Maybe get 10,000 or something. 100,000 seems a bit many to me though. But you know, you accept what you accept, or you don't accept what you don't accept, whichever way you want to say that. But yeah, we've done a pretty good job. Oh no, okay, I almost punched him. Just go off the edge. Just be gone. This is a pretty good strategy. Just knock off Endermen as they come close. Like, it might make more sense to do this on peaceful, but I try to play on hard or normal wherever possible. I think easy actually sometimes. As long as there are mobs, I feel like I'm not cheating. So, I dare someone to give Toycat $500. That would be crazy. I dare you guys. It would be absolutely wild. Can you smelt endstone? Actually, do you know how you make end brick? Oh, it's just for endstone. So yeah, you can't smelt endstone. It'd be interesting if you could, but that's the thing. So, just pop a pumpkin on, says Chloe Booth. Yeah, no, I don't like I'd have to play a texture pack for that to work. Also, the only way I remember LNR is by writing in the air. So here's another way to remember it. A controller has LNR, and I instinctively know left trigger to aim, right trigger to shoot. So maybe that helps you too. In fact, my Xbox password is just left trigger to aim, right trigger to shoot. Now you know my Xbox password. Please don't hack me. By the way, thank you for the $2 super chat and the Norwegian crown. It's crone and crown. They're both acceptable pronunciations. I always hate, a lot of people get this thing where they're like, I learned a thing, and therefore things that aren't my thing are wrong. And it's like, you know, there's ways for multiple things to be right. Like, it's not like math. It's like you learn 2 + 2 = 4, and you're like, oh, so the only way to get 4 is to add 2 and 2. And it's like, well, no, that's not what we said at all. So yeah, we're getting really close to the edge here, which is good. It means we're making, oh god, good progress in places. Super scary progress sometimes, though. So I'm not sure if we can go below here. Yeah, we can't. I would have died if I didn't mind this block. Good thing I checked. But now we're making proper progress and actually making the end smaller, which is what we're here for. You said please don't hack me so unenthusiastically. No, I don't think you can use an Xbox password to hack someone. I don't think so. How much longer is this going? Will it still be live if I come back in an hour, says Cowboy. It's going for another 18 minutes, according to YouTube. If we started at 49 past, we'd be going till 40 past. So 14 minutes would be my estimate. What's your opinion on IBX, Toy Dog? Can there be more than one answer that is right in maths too? Yeah, exactly. That's also true, right? Like, I mean, it's a lot of people just get hung up on like, you know, I learned a thing, and I feel like that's a smart thing. There's this big this is a big. It's a thing I think about all the time because in the UK, for instance, let me tell you about a story. In the UK, there's a chain called Greggs. They make sausage rolls. They make a lot of. They're a bakery, but they're famous for sausage rolls. So this year, to capitalize on the vegan hype, they released something called the vegan sausage roll. Okay, you familiar with this story? Everyone's familiar with it if you live in the UK. If you're not, they released an idea that's like, oh yeah, instead of sausages, it's vegan. I don't know what it actually is. I'd like to give it a try sometime. But like, that's their whole thing. Like, we're going to release this whole thing, right? And then, after they release it, it becomes controversial. Why does it become controversial? Because some dude, I'm not going to mention, I don't find him to be a very influential or interesting person, but he's called Piers Morgan. I think he's famous in America too now. But he decides, no, this is not good. The vegan sausage rolls is a step too far. They can take my guns, but they can't take my vegan sausage rolls, or whatever the point is. And a lot of people look at this and think, yeah, he's so stupid, lol. And, you know, it's a stupid opinion that I doubt he actually holds. Because the problem the real problem is that a lot of people forget that there's like a counter. There's a backlash to every backlash. And you're just, you know, a lot of people create a thing with the intention of having like a backlash to it. Like, so for instance, so if you don't know, they're like the same marketing company. Causing controversy, you wouldn't assume it actually is good for business. But it is. It gets people talking about you. So many people just know about this Greg sausage roll, like Casey does, just because they saw something controversial about it. And there are so many things like this, where the world is heading... A lot of people have realized this exact same thing. A lot of artists, a lot of everything, where they deliberately cause a controversy so that they can have two sides. If you're just... Okay, if there's something set in stone, like IBX Toycat, I'm a YouTuber. That's fine. If there's a controversy, like, oh, IBX Toycat, you know, what he does is before his videos, he, I don't know, he kills... Or he punches a cat or something. Like, actually, you know, animals is like... University Greek, not good. But let's say that I became a vegan and then I decided to, I don't know, punch a non-vegan in the face because he called me I don't know, a vegan you know, like what do you even call vegans or whatever? But or let's say the other way around. Let's say a vegan came up to me and was like, "What was this all about?" And he threatened me, and then I punched him. It's like, "Wow, Toycat punches fan." And then there's a lot of people who are like, "Man, you're the worst." And then a lot of other people are like, "No. If someone says you're this, then that's the whole thing." And then in the end, you end up with so much like free publicity, etc., that it's a win in the end. Controversy doesn't seem like a good thing, but it kind of is. And there, before your videos, you punch a cat. I don't have a cat in my house, by the way. I don't punch any cats, as far as I'm aware, at least. I mean, I might sleep punch cats. I hope I don't sleep punch cats. That'd be pretty mean of me if I did. But you can see the point that like, it's a clever way. You basically turn something political because people love that. I got hair in my mouth. I don't even know how. I didn't eat something since this stream. It was a big hair too. But because I have that because I was eating cat. It's a hairball. But yeah, a lot of people know that like a controversy works on both ends, and the fact that so many people play into it, if only defend beliefs that you think people actually believe the other side of. You'll always see some radical end opinion, but like, you shouldn't focus on the extreme. You should focus on the reason. Was it your hair or someone else's hair? Honestly, I don't actually ever check. I just assume like probably my hair, because I know a lot of people really hate when they get like hair in their food. Like personally, you know, like it's hair. It's pretty sterile, right? Probably. It's probably not sterile, but to me, it's just like, you know, it's better to assume that it's just my hair. If it's not my hair, I'll freak out about it. If it is my hair, then it's pretty normal. Also, I'm so tired this stream is calming. Other than that, when you make me laugh, I'm glad to help in some way. But yeah, no, a lot of people do this all the time. Okay, I don't want to call him out. There's a Minecraft developer, a pretty prolific one, who regularly responds to insert current president tweet here, and does this whole thing, and just like yells about the thing. And it's like, yeah, this is like, it's like almost like trolling thing of like, you fell for the bait, you know. Would it be really that weird if you had someone else's hair in your mouth? I mean, I don't have anyone else in my house right now, so it'd have to come with me for a long way and then sat somewhere, and you know, like, there's just too many issues with that one. So we just believe, you know, it's my hair. We don't look at the hair color. That's not important to me. Anyway, the two worst things in the world are something in Fortnite. You have to eat. You have another thing set for a stream. What do you mean there? Vegans are shooketh about you eating cats. So I bet. Yeah, no, it's not a developer, any of you know, or probably, but yeah, no, it's like, do you think this changes things? Are you yelling for your sake, for their sake? Because the best way to, I've said this before, but this is one of my favorite things that is so true. The opposite of a lot of people assume the opposite of hate. Sorry, the opposite of love is hate. The opposite of love is nothing, blank. If you really hate something, you ignore it. When you're obsessing about, I don't know, your ex every day, you know, you're giving them so much thought, and it's a form of love. You know, it's not a great form of love, but like, don't, you know, like if you don't like something, oh gosh, then don't, you know. It's kind of hard for a lot of people, but that's the whole thing. So before we end it today, I at the very least want to get some of this done. Like I want to separate this from the mainland, make it very clear. that they're separate islands. I don't know where we'll even make the separation, but like they're not meant to be connected, so we'll just unconnect them. Nice, easy end right here. Just like sever the link, nice and easy. I'm calling Peter. I have evidence of you eating cats. I did say I ate cats a few seconds ago. Yeah, no, the opposite of love is indifference. Exactly. If you really hate something, ignore it. Like, okay, you know, in school, people said like, oh, if you don't like a bully, ignore him and it'll go away. There is some truth to that. It's not that if he thinks that you really like don't find this interesting, if you make it awkward for them, they're like, okay, this isn't anything to me. This isn't worth something. If you really, really, really care about getting rid of something, you go, because okay, like again, a bully, for instance, gets I was gonna say gets off, but like the bully enjoys your strong negative reaction. That's a thing that exists. If you really hate someone, if you hate a celebrity, I don't know, Kanye West, let's say, and you think about him every day, you're like, oh, I hate Kanye West. I have a lot of people who do this actually. For myself, for everyone else, where like they regularly check back on tweets of people they don't like. It's like if you spend all this time hating someone, then you know you care about it. You know, it's just in a different way. Like especially if you're in the entertainment industry, being hated is just as important as being loved. Because if you're hated, then you have a bunch of people who, you know, are still going to tune in. They're going to see your tweets, see everything else. So yeah, until the end dimension is gone forever. We're not mining the entire end, just a few of the islands. Including this one, which requires a bit of severing, but that's a whole fun thing. What if the person you hate is truly terrible and you need to stop them, says Alex. But no, obviously, like, there are times where you need to do something about it. But if you can't do something about it, then do nothing, you know? Something or nothing is a good rule for this one. Was using TNT too much effort? It would be a lot of effort, yeah, like, it... more effort, I think, really. No, don't do that, you'll get in trouble. But, if I ignore ID theft, it'll go away. But no, like, okay, wait, let me clarify. So I've had my ID stolen. Don't go on a rant okay, so I had my bag stolen recently. Someone, a drug addict of some form, got away with, like, thousands of pounds of, like, probably, like, 2,000. 2,000 is technically thousands, okay? Thousands of pounds worth of my stuff, and they stole it. They probably sold it for a tiny fraction of that. That frustrates me, but I don't think about it every day, because that's just giving, you know, Mr. Stranger a lot of stuff. You're lucky if you were never bullied, says Stella Blue. I don't think I was ever, like, bullied over an extended period of time, but there was definitely some, like, bully-like situations I dealt with. Like, I don't know how to explain it properly. But, yeah, bullying is not good. I would not recommend it. I don't think that... let me clarify also that that's not the solution to all bullying all the time. It's a lot more complicated than that. But, yeah, you know, the longer we go, the more confusing things get. I hate my ex and I think about her every day, says JK. Exactly. And that's normal because that's how love works. Like, it leaves, but it's still in there a little bit. And, yeah, basically, ignore taxi. Okay, let me try and how could you carry 1,000 lbs off the train? You know, this is taking a downward spiral. So to try and finish this fort before the end of the stream, because we've got like 5 minutes left. My point here was just that don't focus on the person, because the way the human brain works is it's a form of caring. You're giving them mental real estate, which isn't good for people. A lot of people just love your response. Like, honestly, I do enjoy badly written hate. You know, maybe I'm a bad person. I find it fascinating. And, yeah, that's the whole thing. Have you heard of the High Elves? Are they elves that, like, smoke a bit of weed behind the dumpster sometimes? Oh, God. Oh, okay. We're good. So, free black people bully me all the time, says Alex, the Everything fan. The trick is you gotta stop that. Now, the thing is about bullying is it's such a complex social dynamic. There's no easy, you know, fix. That's why, if there was an easy fix, we'd do it all the time, you know. No one wants bullying. No one's like, you know, we need more bullying in the world. I mean, there's probably a few people that believe that. Now that I've said it, I think about it out loud. But it's a tiny minority, I have to imagine. So we're just going to mine that. Oh, man, this goes down quite deep, apparently. But yeah, you can see how, like, the link is slowly separating now. I hope, at least. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So we're going to mine down from under here. to the place where we want to be properly done, and then we'll be solid. So yeah, it's actually quite hard to even, like, just to mine the endstone required for this. I think mining these extra islands is going to take me a long time, though. It might make more sense just to cover them in torches for now. Or something else, maybe. Yeah, it might be fun to, like, cover them in something else. Not glass, because I want to have one island. But for now, that's the thing. I hate my ex until a few weeks ago. I forgot she existed. See, that's what you gotta do. You gotta make her think about you. That's how you win. Oh god, there's a hole here. Okay, so let's just knock him over the edge. Okay, it's over now. He can't hurt me anymore. But yeah, this is a whole mess. I'm gonna fall off at some point. It's gonna be awful. Toy Cat eating curry for 90 minutes. So, on my end, it says that we're like 5 minutes away from 111 minutes. What does it say for all of you, chat? Well, how long is the live stream so far? Just so we get like an actual ending at the right time. Because that seems like a good idea. Also, we're running out of inventory spaces, so let's get out of this real quick. So, Toy Cat, where is the Mesa biome in the Let's Play? Says Will Hook. I think that's a good thing I should do for my next episode of that, maybe. I think that'd be a good idea. So, we're at 109 minutes according to most people. 1 minute and 50 seconds. So we'll finish on what is, according to me, 149 minutes. So, yeah, we haven't properly severed this one. I figured I'd be done with most of this today. But apparently, you need a long time to properly cut off the end. There's so many, like, today what we did in literally 2 hours is we sawed off a decent portion of that island, but it's still, like, more than half there. This is like a 12-hour job or something. And I'm not saying that means we're not going to do it. I just think we'll seek an alternative solution right now. And then we'll come back and deal with the rest. Because this is going to... Like, the amount of end stone we're going to end up with. So, thank you The live stream is definitely 1 minute right now. You need to go for 110 more minutes. Well, with that said, let's go right back to the beginning. But no, I hope you did all enjoy today's live stream. You can like this video if you did like it. Share if you really liked it. And subscribe if you're around here. See more of these. Actually, wait. Someone sent me a seed earlier. Should we check it out live? We could check it out live. I like your idea, MC Goose. So even though the live stream of this thing has ended now, let's back out. And let's go check out that seed from earlier. So the seed was... It was a long time ago, actually. They sent a 199 super chat that was minus 130. I'm curious, actually. I wonder what it is. It's quite far away from spawn. So we'll go find out what that's all about. So, the names of people in chat are hurting my heart. Why is that hurting your heart? So I can't clockbaits yet again. I nailed it. I'm clockbaiting you guys so hard. Oh, a thing I got recently, I'd show you, but like, it's plugged in. I got an SSHD. So I'm going to improve my Minecraft saves. I just have to work out how to do this. I knew you were going to do this, Loss. It's just... gotta add the clockbait to the live stream. It's the only way that I exist in any given time. But, are you currently playing on console or PC? I am playing with one of these. What is one of these, you ask? I mean, I also secretly want to hit 955,000. If 26 of you just tell a friend to go subscribe to Toycat, then in no time, will be great. So, why are you saving the endstone? I just think it might be useful later. Dabos. Like, personally, I think that could come in handy, maybe. Do you put clocks on your fishing rod instead of normal bait? Okay, so we're going to go to creative. This is how I search worlds, by the way. Secret Toycat exposed. Then we turn on daylight cycle, turn that off, and turn off weather cycle, just in case. You never know. So, can we hit 955,000 minutes? Now that right there is a solid idea that can never go wrong. Okay, so the name is Subseed. And then I'm gonna write the name down just in case it is important. So, like, it's a really good seed, so I remember it. It was from... I've lost it. Oh, I've lost the seed. So... Oh, it was Crazy Pumpkin. So, Sea Pumpkin. So then we're going to type in the seed, which is negative. What's the seed? Negative. Oh, I've lost it again. 130. 7, 4, 6. 1, 5, 5, 5. Subseed, sea pumpkin. We good? Okay, we're good. Let's do this. Or maybe let's not, apparently. The suspense. How good is the seed going to be? So yeah, we're going to see if this is a good seed. This is technically not clock based since the title says mining endstone for 111 minutes, which is what he did. Now we're checking out the seed. Exactly, Tatiana, you get this. That is exactly why this is technically not clock bait, technically legal. It's definitely, I hate how you can't put pumpkins on your head on Xbox One. You can, Mr. Matrononyx. You said tell a friend to subscribe, so I told my cat to subscribe, but he looked at me and didn't do anything. Wow, your cat is the reason I don't have 955,000 subscribers. Your cat is ruining it for everyone else. And, yeah, that's going to be great. So I think we might have broken the game again. This is why I need the SSHD. Like, I can't deal with these load times for worlds sometimes. Elves that smoke a little bit of weed behind a dumpster. I see you're not very familiar with the Elder Scrolls franchise. No, I played Oblivion, Skyrim, and a little bit of Morrowind. I don't like Morrowind so much. It'd be cool to get Morrowind on the Switch or something. Like, I really want an RPG that I can play on the Switch and just dive into. But I don't have one, and I would like one. I guess I should find one for tomorrow, actually. That's a good idea. Sing a song while you'd wait. Let me pick a song. Okay, wait, let's just... Savannah Toto Cat. How do we find this? Oh no, it's hard to find. Okay, so Savannah, IBX Toy Cat. Yeah, Savannah featuring... Oh no, so IBX Toy Cat Vivo's re-uploaded it. Okay, we've got to do the actual seed now. Okay, so as you can see... Oh, we've got ton of coordinates, by the way. You singing for 2 seconds made me like the video. I'm glad to help out. So what we're going to do now is we're going to hit our coordinates on. And then we're going to go teleport to the coordinates they said. Again, they wanted me to know about the seeds so much they donated $1.99. So let's give it a whirl. Also, I forgot to turn it off multiplayer. Please don't join my game. Gonna have to remove some friends after this. And then what? Minus 15. Okay, we got this. Thank you very much, Monroe Reynolds and Katarina Nava for the $2.99 super chat. So, minus 1587. I'm so bad at coordinates sometimes. Oh, look at this one. Oh my god. Now that right there. That is quite the find. Yeah, no, I like this seed. I like the seed a lot. I wonder how far away that is actually from spawn. So yeah, this is it's a fully formed boat too. Like you could mine out the end stone eventually. Is there maybe an igloo around here? Because this is fun by itself, but if there's something nearby it, it's extra fun. Yeah, there's a little desert island here, which is kind of fun. So yeah, we just found the Titanic in Minecraft. Thank you for sharing it, Crazy Pumpkin. Do appreciate it a lot. Also, someone just super chatted, I think, and I missed it. Did I? Am I crazy? I might be crazy. Let's check, just in case. So we're gonna go kill Toy Cat. It's so impossible to kill yourself in this game. It's so rude. So how do you teleport yourself back to spawn? I guess we just have to kill ourselves, which takes a lot of effort, but we'll just do that. So personal game mode. Oh, we don't die like that. You know, let's just drown. That's fine. We'll let the magma get me, or the drowned, whichever one happens first. You technically know how it's not clickbait, even though I knew you were going to check seed after mining. See, we're going to ignore all the implications that I knew this. This was entirely brand new and live. Also, Seed Sunday live. I really want to do a Seed Sunday live sometime. Oh, this is a really weird spawn. You spawn at 4,200 blocks away from the origin. So this is a solid 2,500 blocks away, plus 1,500 on the other side. So it's pretty far. It's pretty far. But it's a really cool seed regardless. Thank you very much for the message. Avocado parrot. Don't feed avocados to parrots. No, wait. Do you feed avocados to parrots? I'm not sure what the advice is, but like, do or don't do that, please. That's how you save or don't save the world. Don't you hate placing glass? Good thing you don't have to do it. No, I've got to do another, like, big placing glass live stream. This is going to be a huge thing. It's going to be a big old nightmare. Anyway, yeah, with that said, thank you very much for watching today's live stream. Like it if you liked it. If you want to join a guy for survival, TidsX has told you his gamer tag. You could go play with him. If you want to send in some Toycat memes for the next Q&A Saturday replacement video, it'll be over at reddit.com/r/rbxtoycat. If you don't like either of those options, then have a nice rest of the day. You can like this video if you did like it. You can share it if you really liked it. And you can subscribe if you're new around here. Because I make videos and live streams like this one every single day on the channel. And if you subscribe, you'll see these daily on your homepage. It's got a desert village and a temple next to spawn. But, no, yeah, I had some fun today. I also might be mildly sick. I'm not sure. I feel a little bit of pain. But I'm going to go back to my survival antics, and that'll be a lot of fun. And I hope to see you there somewhat soon, maybe. So, yeah, Seed Sunday Live might be a thing in the future. 1.9 is not coming out this Wednesday, Matthias, as far as anyone is aware. And yeah, thank you very much for watching, because I'll see you all in the future. Oh, there's 2 temples in this spawn. How nice. Okay, bye.